Shalom and welcome to another episode of Apostles of GMS, Elders of GMS. We're here in a location.
Praise Yahawah Shem Yahawashi.
Yeah, forget that. All praises to Yahawah Shem Yahawashi for giving us His knowledge, His truth, His understanding. We're here in a location in the Bronx near the Cloisters Museum. What happened was down there on 34th and 7th. Today is so-called 4th of July.
I got my camera too, just like that. I got
festivities going on down there. You know, everything is blocked off. So
speak loud. Speak loud.
It would make sense for us to, you know, go on a different location. Hence the reason why we're here. And basically, the message is the same. You know, we're here to prophesy the downfall of America, the downfall of this place, the destruction of America, according to the Bible, which will be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. All right, and basically, before America is destroyed, there's going to be scripture speak of a time of Jacob's trouble. Now, Jacob represents the tribes, beginning with the so-called Negroes of the tribe of Judah, all the way down to the so-called Mexicans, who are of the tribe of Issachar, the 12 tribes. Now, according to Bible prophecy, it prophesies the time of Jacob's trouble. This is why you're seeing the turmoil that's happening between the people and the police. That's just one example. All right? And there are many other examples that's going to lead to that time. Now, we believe during that time there's going to be martial law. Okay? That's a term that you brothers that are not familiar with should look up. Martial law. Martial means warlike. This is where the military takes over. We believe that's going to happen. That's going to be instituted. Also, we're going to have race wars, race riots. It speaks about in the Apocrypha of the insurrection that is coming. This is where people are going to rise up against the police. The police are going to rise up against the people. That's the very definition of insurrection. You know, a sort of a rebellion against the state, if you will. All right, so there are many things that's going to happen according to Bible prophecy, and this is why we're here.
Okay, you want to be over there? You want to be over there? Let's say it's up to you. It's up to you.
Also, it's very important to
kind of laying back now and shit. I'm trying to be like him. Let him do it. If the spirit jump on me, if the spirit jump on you, do what you want to do, brother.
Different so-called Israelite groups that have denounced the name.
All right. If you need some more brothers, if right up in there, you know, be cool. How many brothers are there?
Talk about that. So basically, it's an open forum.
Okay, y'all got more than enough. Yeah, y'all got more than enough. Yeah, do what you want to do. When you want to come around, brother. You know? All right, shalom.
Second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you.
Yeah, the state, which the state is owned by the so-called white man, beginning with the Rawchaa. They have labeled you tribes as their number one enemy, which are known as the Israelites in the Bible. If you go in the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, it talks about, as a matter of fact, before we go into that,
speak loud. Remember to speak loud, like you're speaking.
Psalms, the 83rd chapter. And let's start at the first verse.
Psalms chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. Behold not thy peace, and be not still, O power.
That's why we're constantly doing these lessons. That is an example of the Lord not holding his peace, because we are the mouthpiece of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. We are his mouthpiece, so we're not going to hold our peace. All right. Plus, we have a job to do, which is to gather.
That means we don't take the winners off.
Right. So we don't take the winners off. We have a job to do, which is to push this word out here, propagate this word in hopes of gathering the elect. Because the scriptures speak about an elect of the Heavenly Father, which are going to be gathered by the word. So we have to be out here to push the word and teach the word. Go ahead, brother.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
And you have enemies, you so-called Negroes, you so-called West Indians, you so-called Puerto Ricans, you so-called Mexicans, you tribes that dwell here in America. You have enemies. A lot of you are not aware of that. And your main enemy is the so-called white man who is trying to bring something called a so-called New World Order, which in that so-called New World Order, which the symbol is on the back of your dollar bill, pyramid of the old Sinai, that symbol represents slavery. That's what they want to do. They want to try to bring you back into slavery. They want to put chips in you and turn you into a robotic slave. And you're going to be a slave to the elites, in particular the Rothschild family, which a lot of you don't even know about, all right? Which basically owns us through different contracts, like the social security number, the birth certificate. They own us, man. And that's one of the reasons why Yahawashi is coming back, to liberate us from these top banking families.
Obamacare, that's another contract.
Yeah, Obamacare. All right, in Obamacare, I believe it's page, help me out here, page 1004.
Around there, 1002, 1004, yeah.
It calls for an RFID chip, an implantable device, a class 2 implantable device, which lines up with Bible prophecy. Okay, a lot of you tribes are not aware of that. All right, so it's time to bring out the truth. It's truth time. Okay. Yeah, what time is it? It's truth time. See, we've had all kind of lies. Now it's time for the truth. It speaks about that in the Apocrypha. All right? Truth shall be sown in the last times. Okay?
Below thine enemies make a tumult.
So they make a tumult. An example of that tumult is the so-called New World Order, where you are an enemy, you tribes. You Negroes, you West Indians, you Puerto Ricans. That's why they treat you the way they do. Because you are their enemy. The elites of this society, who happens to be so-called white people. Okay? Go ahead. So they have made a tumult. Go on.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Did you hear that? They that hate thee. And they show you every day how much they hate you. All right? They got 2,000 laws on the book. The majority of those laws is against you. Rex 84 is another plan from the elites to destroy you. The King Alfred plan to destroy you. If we go back into history, you had this Tuskegee syphilis experiment to destroy you. So there are many examples that prove that the elites are out to destroy you. Let's talk about the Georgia Guidestones. The first commandment: maintain humanity under 500 million. Presently, we have 7 billion people on the planet Earth. That means the majority of you tribes, they want to exterminate you. Speak to the camera.
Yeah, Pastor Gabar brought out about the Star Trek, the old Star Trek series, that when you look at it, there was really no black men on there. You had that one black woman.
Oh, there was black men on there, but they would beam down with Captain Kirk, and they would never come back to the ship. So subliminally, they were sending you a message, Hollywood, that they, in the future, they don't want black people around, so-called black people.
Logan's Run, that came out in the 70s.
Logan's Run, I don't know too much about it, so if the Apostle Elder was...
Yeah, I saw that movie, man. Even Richard Pryor talked about that. And he said, I saw that movie, Logan's Run, with Michael York. He was a star. And there was no black people in the future. Period.
That's the message from Hollywood. So that is proof that they want to destroy you. I'm talking about the elites of this society. Go ahead, brother.
Continuing on, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. That's the Lord's people. Who are you Israelites, you tribes? The crafty counsel is the so-called New World Order, where they want to destroy you. That's the crafty counsel. There's other examples, but that's the main example. Right?
Oh, you can walk in the front. You can walk in the front.
Go ahead.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
Come up a little bit.
Well, the hidden ones, why are you hidden? Because you're hidden to your nationality. This is another reason why we're out here to teach. To bring you back to your nationality. I'm talking about the so-called Negroes, Puerto Ricans. Those of you who might be listening or watching this video, it's time, it's nation time. It's truth time, but it's also nation time. It's time to find out your nationality, who you really truly are. You've been told you're black, you've been told you're Afro-American, you've been told all these crazy corporate names. They're nothing but corporate names. You got to find out who you are. You got to find out what your nationality is.
Then the next step, the name.
Then the name. Then you're going to find out the Heavenly Father's name, because you've been taught that it's God, Lord, Jesus, and these are all titles. He has a name, just like you have a name. they call you man or they might call you a boy, but you have a name. The Lord, your father or your mother, whoever it may be, your parents, they gave you a name. So guess what? The Heavenly Father, who created all things, and His Son, they have names. And you got to learn about them.
Yeah, you work on the job, and then one of the guys supervisors say, "Hey, you, come over here. You ain't gonna like. You might not say nothing, but you ain't gonna like that.
You ain't gonna like
now, if the dude call you a nigga, you gonna fuck him up.
You're gonna want to fight.
You know.
Yeah.
So you call a man out his name. Yeah. That's what when you call a so-called black man a nigga, you call him out his name.
Right.
So when you know the name of Yahawashi, we're getting on that nigga, all right? Because he is a nigga, and I'm going to call him a nigga, all right? A sellout nigga.
Well, that's his name, nigga.
Yeah, nigga. He knows the name of the Most High and His Son, but he's going to call his name after Edomite name. Call him Christ. You think the Most High likes that, man?
That's disrespect. Not to mention blasphemy, all right? But that doesn't we don't marvel at that, because there's examples of individuals back then that denied the name of the Heavenly Father and His Son. All right, we can read about that in the book of Revelation. There's a particular church that denied the name. All right, as a matter of fact, let's prove that. What is that? Revelation 3 and 8. So you know what Nate is doing is nothing new. The fact that he has taken a bribe. Scriptures also speak about individuals that have taken bribes. The fact that he has taken a bribe and denied the name of the Heavenly Father and His Son is nothing new. You had wicked Israelites that did that back then. All right? Yeah, go ahead.
It's Proverbs 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower.
The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and we're going to need that name in the times we're about to approach. You know, you got even Baloo, of all people, is talking about the time of Jacob's trouble. Even Baloo. Now I wonder where you learned that from. You certainly didn't learn it from Nate. You learned it from us, GMS. So now in the time of Jacob's trouble, which we're approaching, you're going to need to know the name of the Lord and His Son's name. Because there is power and deliverance in those names. And the name is Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi. That's the ancient Hebrew.
And it's not just saying the name of the Most High. The name is within the Bible itself. The name of the Most High, the name of His Son. Meaning when you go to what is that? Second Ezra 2. I think it's like 41 around there, where it says, "Who stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord." It goes deeper than a name. It's talking about the truth.
Truth.
And part of the truth is His name,
which begins with the name. Everything has a beginning. There's even an old saying, "A journey of 1,000 steps, a journey of 1,000
miles start in one step." Yep.
So now, in your journey to find the truth, the first things you run into is the name of the Heavenly Father and His Son.
And there's another saying,
yeah.
One more step, blam.
One more step, blam.
And Nate's going to make that one more step and blam. You know?
The straw that broke the camel's back.
That's right. Well, he's a camel.
Yeah, he's a camel. Well, yeah.
Most are going to break his back.
When you come,
he can look like a camel.
It's a journey of steps. Okay? Scriptures speak about walking with the Lord, Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. Apostle Paul, I should say, also spoke about running the race.
Right.
The race begins with a step, or a bunch of steps. Okay? So the point is, the first step that you run into, besides learning your nationality, is who the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son truly is. Now you begin to believe in that name, as our forefather King David said, "I have spoken, I believe, therefore I was greatly afflicted." You begin to believe in that name, and hopefully through that name, you will be saved from the destruction that's coming. Okay? Yes.
It's in 2 Ezra 2 and 47. So he answered and said unto me, "It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world."
Right. The beginning of confessing is His name. The word "con" means with. "Fess" means to say or to speak. Now you have those that have not, or that are not confessing His name, even though they know His name. Now what's the deal with that? What's going on with that? And then you got guys that don't reprove those guys. I'm talking to you, Baloo. You won't say nothing bad about Nate. Now what's going on with that? There's clear evidence that Nate is being a nigger and he's violating the law, which he always talks about, there's not one word from you about that. That's called favoritism, all right? You always talk about me in particular, this brother, we kissing Elder Tahar's ass. Well, you kissing Nate's ass. What's evidence of that? You're not rebuking him on the fact that he's blatantly left out the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Even made fun of it in videos. Okay?
Even so much that he's even going back and trying
Pick up the voice.
Trying to say that the way you say Yahawashi is not the proper pronunciation, that's made up. You know?
Yeah, the fat ball down there in Kansas said that. He said Yahawashi, then he said Yahshua. So people are beginning to wake up to the fact that you are supposed to call on a name, the true name. But they're saying Yahshua, but at One West they put the I at the end, which is bullshit, man. Because now people are beginning to kind of see it now, you know?
Now we understand why Ezra said, well, let's go back and let Ezra speak it again.
So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then,
Which is what we're doing. Go on.
Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly to the name of the Lord.
That's what Ezra said. Commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. And what's an example of that? Great millstone. No matter what carrot they dangle in front of our face, we're going to be stiffly, like it says here, we're going to stiffly stand for the name of the Lord and his Son, Yahawah Shem Yahushua, which is what we were taught from our elders. Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Psalms 8 and 1. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. Who has set thy...
How excellent is thy name in all the earth. See, you don't realize that after all this tribulation comes, you know whose name is going to be magnified? Yahawah Shem Yahushua, after the smoke clears. Not no God, not no Jesus, not no Jehovah, not no Buddha, Yahweh, or any of those profane names, which they are indeed profane. The word profane means outside of the temple. The name that belongs in the temple is Yahawah Shem Yahushua, and that name is going to be magnified, especially after the destruction of America. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. I'll start in verse 22, 20 and 23. And I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood, and I will rain upon him and upon his bands and upon the many people that are with him, and overflowing rain and great hailstones, fire and brimstone.
Yeah, destruction.
You want me to hold that back?
That's what's coming. That's another thing. When in your journey, we talked about the journey and the steps. In your journey to the truth, you're going to find out that America is headed for destruction. As it is written, America is headed for perdition. The word perdition means hell, destruction. And the final calamity is going to be those nuclear missiles. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 23. Thus will I
magnify myself. What's an example of that? This is the Heavenly Father speaking through His Son. His name, Yahawah, is going to be magnified. Like it was, to give you an example, Egypt, after the Red Sea, the destruction in the Red Sea of the Egyptians, the Lord's name, Yahawah, was magnified. How do we know this? Because the harlot, Rahab, said, we have heard of your fame. When Joshua, our forefather Joshua, sent the spies into the land of Canaan.
Now the fat boy that's with Nate out there in Kansas, yeah, the fat ball, he said that did knowing the name deliver you from Egypt? And my answer is yes, knowing the name did deliver you from Egypt, man.
Well,
you know?
The first thing, what shows you their lack of ignorance, their lack of understanding of the scriptures, their lack of knowing the scriptures, ignorance. The first thing that Moses asked the Heavenly Father is, what is your name?
Yep.
What is your name?
Go to the scripture. Go to the scripture.
Yeah, let's go to the scripture. Exodus, the 3rd chapter.
Yeah, because that's how the Lord was magnified when we came out of Egypt, because that name was magnified. That's why He told Moses that I was known to Abraham and to Isaac and to Jacob by the name of God Almighty, which is Al-Shaja, but by my name Yahawah was I not well known. But it was known, but it wasn't well known. So then when they came out of Egypt, that's when the sea, the Red Sea parted, and we went on dry land, and the Egyptians followed after and were drowned. That's when the name of the Most High Yahawah was magnified throughout the whole earth. They knew who the power was.
I got a scripture to prove to you that it was all about the Most High's name, Yahawah. This is Exodus 9:16. And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up. Who did he raise up? The children of Israel, the sons of Israel, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. Now, when did they start getting jacked up? Because they were following idols, man. That's how Jeroboam got most of the Israelites to follow him, because he brought out 2 calves that go back to Egypt.
Right.
So they wanted to follow another God and not Yahawah. It's plain in the scriptures.
Right. I got some real quick.
Yep, read on.
This is 2 Kings 17:17. It says, 2 Kings 17:9. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord their power.
They were calling on other names. When you pray to other gods, you got to call on that particular name. If you believe in Satan, you got to call on Satan,
Yeah,
right?
sir, somebody.
You believe in Jesus, you got to call on Jesus, right?
That's right.
No? It said, yeah, because
that demon will get offended, man.
Yeah.
You calling on some demon to help you with some money, and you don't call him by his name, he ain't gonna give you that money, man.
Yeah, you got to specify.
Ask Nate, he knows. He calling the right demon.
You got to specify who you're talking to by calling that name. Go ahead.
It says, and they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city.
Even in the history, when our forefathers built the tabernacle, they put the name of the Heavenly Father there. Right?
Well, when Alexander the Greek came out to Jerusalem, and the vision that Lord showed him, the Lord showed him his name in the vision. When he showed him all the priests and the way they were dressed, he said the first thing he remembered was the name of the Most High in the heavens.
And it is written, a good name is more better than precious ointment. So a name is very important. All right? Yeah, bring it up.
This is 2nd Ezra 4:23. The point is 25. It says, for it is not my mind to be curious of the high things, but of such as pass by us daily, namely wherefore Israel is given up as a reproach to the heathen, and for what cause the people whom thou hast loved is given over unto ungodly nations.
It's all right.
And why the law of our forefathers is brought to naught, and the written covenants come to none effect. And we pass away out of the world as grasshoppers, and our life is astonishment and fear, and we are not worthy to obtain mercy.
Yeah, all this is taking place in America. All right, that's why our forefather King David called this place the land of the shadow of death. That's talking about America, because death is around every corner in America, especially for you tribes, beginning with your so-called Negroes. Go ahead.
What will he then do unto his name whereby we are called?
What will he then do unto his name whereby we are called? Yeah, we that's in the truth, we are called by the name of Yahawah, Hashem Yahawashi. We are called by those names. Not God, not Lord, not Jesus, not Christ. Especially not Christ, which is an insult. Because Christ is a Greek title. It is clearly written that our Lord sprang out of the tribe of Judah. And the tribe of Judah spoke Hebrew. Okay, that was their language. Go ahead.
It says, of these things have I asked, then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasteth fast to pass away.
Okay, that's the point, right? All right. You said you had a precept? Is it in line with the name?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's in Exodus 3:13. And Moses said unto the Most High, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the power of your fathers hath sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, what is his name?
So Moses already anticipated that the people he would be sent to would ask for a name. All right? What name do you come in? Okay? Go ahead.
What shall I say unto them?
So Moses naturally asked the Lord, what shall I say to them when they ask me, in whose name are you coming in? Go ahead.
And the Most High said unto Moses, I am that I am.
I am that I am, and that's how we know that his name is Yahawah, which when you break it down in the ancient Hebrew, it's I am, which incorporates everything, because truly the Heavenly Father Yahawah is everything. He created everything through his son Yahawashi and the angels. He created his son Yahawashi. He created the angels. Okay? So it's right, that's Norman Omen, brothers. Which Norman Omen, you always hear us talk about it. Norman Omen is Latin for name prediction. A person would receive a name which would predict, that's what the word omen means, which would predict his life, or great things that he would do, or things that he would do. So a name is very important. A name was very important back in the ancient world.
Like, for example, the reason why Joshua, which he was the leader after Moses,
Yep.
Masha,
Yep.
Yahawashi, I'm talking about Joshua Yahawashi. It said in the scriptures that when Moses or Masha had passed, that the Most High put a spirit on Joshua to be a leader.
That's right.
Because he was the second in command.
That's right.
Behind Moses. All right. Now his name that he was born with, he was born with the name Yahawashi. His father or his household gave him the name Yahawashi, all right? Which when Moses saw him, and this was spiritual, Moses called them Yahawashi. That wasn't his name. Moses gave him a surname, Yahawashi. So he was born with the name Deliverer, but then Moses said, your name is going to be He Deliverer. And was he the actual deliverer? No. But he was one of the deliverers. He was one of the leaders. All right? After Moses.
That's right.
You go back to the Zerubbabel, and you go back to the second in command. That was Joshua, the high priest, which that name is Yahawashi. So now is there more than one savior? There is a main savior, but there's more than one savior.
Oh, that's written in prophecy. Saviors shall come up.
Yeah. That Obadiah. Yep.
Let's get that.
Well, matter of fact, Moses was the first deliverer, you know, because he brought us through the power of Yahawashi, he brought us out of Egypt. You know, then the successor of him was Joshua, you know, which that's why he named him Joshua, because he was going to be the one that was going to take his place, you know, to deliver the children of Israel.
Actually, lead them into the promised land, which is the land
and
of
deal with all that foolishness from them Israelites. Because them Israelites are so messed up, and that generation is this generation now.
Yeah.
They're hard-headed, man. You know? And the more the Most High jacked their ass up, the more hard-headed they became, man. When they went out there and they were receiving manna from heaven, and the manna from heaven sustained you to, you know, you can eat and live, sustain your life. All right? And they wanted meat, and then they wanted quails, and they were talking shit about the quails, and the Most High had so many quails come down on them, man. They were drowning in quails, man. Most High was getting mad, man. You know, they were murmuring, man. They were murmuring about the Most High. They were murmuring about there you go. They were murmuring about to Moses. They were murmuring, man. Now, when they went out into the wilderness for 40 years, all right, do you know that generation of people that left Egypt, that went through the
Red Sea.
well, actually, it went through the Gulf of Suez. All right, if you want to get technical, in case Polite is listening, all right, they didn't go through the Red Sea. They went through the Gulf. Yeah, but they went through the Gulf of Suez. If you want to get technical, because they came from Goshen. Now, Nate, are you that deep to understand, or you want to do a class on that? Anyway, when they went into the wilderness, they were in the wilderness for 40 years. And those people, from one end to the other, when they got to the other side of the wall, so to speak, I'm going to use that term, that generation didn't make it, man. The generation that made it was the second, third, fourth generation, most likely the third and the fourth generation.
Yeah.
The rest of them got killed off in the wilderness, man. Some of them got killed. Some of them got old and died.
Serpents came up.
The serpents. There was a thing of serpents, right? At that particular time, there was a serpent named Nehushtan, which really means brazen serpent. And if you want to read it, you can read it, all right? Brazen serpent. I'm going to speak about it. I'm going to let you read it, man. You can go right to the point. But anyway, the Most High said, look, when you look up at this brazen serpent, when you look up at this brazen serpent, then you won't be destroyed. But a lot of them didn't want to look at that brazen serpent, man. Now, was that serpent the Most High? No. The Most High told them to do a certain thing, and they didn't want to do what the Most High said do, man.
Rebellious.
They were rebellious, man. But like I said, all of them that went through the wilderness, a 40-day span of about 4 generations, all right? The only 2 that made it was Joshua and Caleb. Because those were the same guys. That's why you got to read the history, man.
You gotta know the history.
You gotta read that history, or you can now you can go on online Bible and you can listen to the history, man.
AudioBible.com.
Right. If you don't want to mess your eyes up, you can listen to it, man.
In your car,
right. You can say, well, you know what, man? I'm gonna listen to the whole book of Genesis. You know, I'm gonna listen to three chapters a day, and then you ain't gonna remember everything, man. And then the next book, all right, Exodus, the next book, Leviticus, the next book, Deuteronomy, the next book, Joshua, the next book, Judges, and so on and so forth, man.
It becomes a habit.
It becomes a habit, you know? Right. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back. I did that before, and I'm going to go back to doing it, man.
Yeah.
I might just say, well, you know what? I want to listen to or read 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, man. Or the whole book of Joshua. And meditate upon it, man. And that's how you know these stories, and these stories come to life. Yep. You know, people don't read it or get into it because they can't picture it going on. I picture it actually going on, man.
They have no imagination.
They have no imagination, man.
Which the key word in imagination is image.
That's
you have to see the image. You have to see the picture.
That's it. Yep. But anyway, the only 2 that made it was Joshua and Caleb. All right? Joshua and Caleb were the only 2 that made it. Okay? That's now the rest of them didn't make it. So that's plain and simple. Right. Now what they did was that first and second generation, they on the other side they were told, look, you got to circumcise. They received the commandments. You got to circumcise your children, which goes back to Abraham. All right. What they did was they got so messed up that their children wasn't circumcised, man. They just let their children be born and not circumcise them. So that was another problem for Joshua, man.
He had to go circumcise them.
And he had to go put the commandment out to circumcise them, man. Even Moses took his sweet time in circumcising one of his sons, and the Most High sent down a death angel, man.
That's right.
And he didn't send a death angel from another planet, okay? Because Alizé, you was on there having a Q&A with Polite, and Polite kind of caught you out there, man. That's why you had no business dealing with Polite, man. Because Polite is trying to catch people out there, man. He basically in law, if you're a lawyer, that's called leading. All right? That's called leading the witness. So if you're on the stand as a witness, and the attorney asks you questions, the attorney that represent you can say, what is it? Objection, Your Honor, leading. Objection, Your Honor, leading. All right. Now the prosecuting attorney, he can lead you. All right. But the defense attorney cannot lead you. One can lead you and the other can't lead you. So that's why they can say objection, Your Honor, leading. All right. So that's exactly what Polite did. He led you, man. See, if somebody was there, they could have jumped up and said objection, leading.
Well,
all right.
Well, Alizé is not a credible witness anyway.
Well, this is what he said, and it's on the video, all right. And Polite is going to bring it up the next time they have a big event. He's going to bring it out, and he can't say he denied it because he got it on tape. or he got it on a video. We say tape, a video. All right. He basically said he led him to say that. That's why you got to think before you talk, man. He led him to say that the angels, did the Most High create the angels, or the angels of flesh? Is the angel physical? Then he kind of say yeah, but he kind of tried to retract it, but it was too late. And then he led him to say that the angels were made on a particular planet. Polite didn't say that. He led this guy, a guerrilla Hebrew, to say that, man. Yes, there's angels on a particular planet. He didn't say the net, those words that I said it, but in a roundabout way he said it. So now he's got to do some backtracking. But now it's too late, man. The horse is out the barn. All right. So you had no business, and then they hadn't dealt with you, and they hadn't dealt with you in a while, man, in a minute, man. And all of a sudden they came back with you. Why did they come back to you? Because they got you on the shelf. When the other Israelite groups get tired of them, then they'll come to you. All right. But anyway, what was I saying before that? I was talking about Joshua. Right. And the main point I was getting at was whatever the Lord told them to do, they would do the opposite, or they would buck up against the Lord. Like I said, circumcision is a main commandment, and that came before Moses came on the scene, man. And Moses even neglected to circumcise his child, and his wife, which was a heathen, did it. Now imagine if he had the nigger woman. She probably wouldn't have did it, and the angel would have killed his ass, man. All right. So you know, you gotta listen to the Most High, gotta obey what the Most High says. And when the Most High tell you about the name of the Most High, you gotta do what He said do. This is my name. I gave you that through a secret. You can't go to a scripture and say, "Oh, that's the name of the Most High." All right, or that's the name of His Son. Okay, you can't do that.
That's right. Yeah, and plus, it is written, His name is to be praised. His name is to be extolled. Which, when you look up the word extol means to put on high. So we're putting that name Yahawah, Hashem Yahawashi, we're putting it over all these other names, right? And rightly so. Okay. No, you can drop that. We're still talking about the name. Matter of fact, finish the scripture in Exodus.
And when they were in the wilderness, they knew the name of the Most High.
What's that?
When they were in the wilderness, they knew the name of the Most High.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And you have lost the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son. There's tribes out there. And that's where we come in. That's our job. Our job is to bring you back to the name of the Heavenly Father and His Son, which is very important. As a matter of fact, give me the book of Acts, the 12th chapter. What is that? The 12th verse. The name of the Heavenly Father and His Son is very important, in particular His Son.
What the name?
Because the very name Yahawashi means He is the deliverer. He is the Savior. You're going to need a deliverer and a Savior for the times that are coming. Okay?
Acts chapter 4 verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other.
Neither is there salvation in any other. There's no salvation in Buddha.
Christ.
There's no salvation in Christ.
Jesus.
Which I was going to leave that for last.
Jehovah.
Jehovah. There's no These are not the Lord's names. But furthermore, the prophecy says that the name of the Lord is only going to be one name. All right. Matter of fact, let's get that out. Zechariah, the 14th chapter, the 9th verse. See, the Spirit God is speaking about the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son for a reason, because there are those that have denied that name. There are those that are trying to sow doubt in your mind about the name, or the names, I should say. So we have our job to do.
Yeah, and they're doing that. The reason why they're doing that is because they're trying not to let you get to the Most High. Because if you don't come through Yahawashi, you're not going to get to the Most High. So that's why they're doing that.
That's right. One of the main reasons they're doing it is because they've sold out. They've taken that purse. They've taken that bribe. They want to live the easy life. I'm talking about Nate. Guys like him. Comfy. Another one. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Zechariah 14:9. It says, "And the Lord shall be king over all the earth."
Yeah, the Lord shall be king over all the earth. Go on.
In that name there shall be one
No,
Lord.
read what you see there.
Okay. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth.
Go on.
In that day shall there be one Lord, and His name one.
She knows
that
that
day
spiritual, man.
shall there be one Lord, and his name one. What is that name? Yahawah. That's the same name that he gave our forefather Moses. Right before he sent Moses to help deliver us out of Egypt, because it was us. Because we are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. We're the same people that went through the Red Sea.
That's it.
Okay? That's what you got to learn. That's what they're not telling you in these phony-ass churches. They're not telling you your nationality. I'm talking about the so-called Negroes, the West Indians, the Puerto Ricans. They're not telling you your nationality. You got to find out who you are. You don't even know who you are. Somebody asks you, you so-called black man, somebody asks you, who are you? Well, I'm a black man. There's no such thing as a black man. All right? This, see?
What do you say? What do you say?
Partly. Pardon. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Well, he's pardoned since he said pardon.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. He's walking by instead of stopping and listening because it concerns him. But that's the apathy of our people. They don't care. They don't give a shit. You know when they're going to care? When all hell breaks loose. Give me that in the book of Hosea 5 and 15.
You're getting a little emotional, brother. He's not meant to hear this. He meant to go to his ears, and he's not the elect, man.
Yeah, well, that's all right because
the only ones that's going to hear it and act upon it is the elect. Well, the called. I'll say the called.
The called, yeah.
Because you got two steps, brother.
Yeah, well,
all right. You got the called, and then you got the chosen.
That's right.
Because you got people that are called in this thing, and then they fall out.
Yep.
We have all witnessed that, man.
That's right.
I've witnessed it thousands of times, man.
That's right.
All right. You were called, and then you were chosen. The word chosen comes from the word elect. All right.
I was emotional because I was hoping he would listen to the calling. Hey, because in the book of Ecclesiastes it says, "Oh, that thou wert my brother."
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Here we are. We're standing here. We're trying to bring you to our mother's house.
Well, Solomon got emotional. You know.
You get emotional about this thing. You get passionate about it, and it's better than being dead, and like some of these other groups, namely HODC. Those guys are dead. All right. We alive.
Who's that? What's that? Who's that? A box of cereal?
Yeah, the Grateful Dead. HODC.
Yeah, the Grateful Dead. Yeah.
We are lively stones, brothers.
Yeah.
We are lively.
That's why them guys don't go out in the wintertime.
There you go. All right, so now let's get those scriptures.
Hosea 5 and 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
That's the Heavenly Father speaking. He speaks through his prophets. This one happens to be Hosea. Read it again.
I will go and return to my place.
The Lord says he's going to go and return to his place. Go on.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
Till they acknowledge their offense, which many of you Israelites have not done. You have not acknowledged your offense, but you will. When all hell break loose, you will acknowledge your offense. You will say, what the hell did I do to the God? You say, God. What the hell did I do to God that I'm catching all this hell? Go ahead.
Yeah, and the precept says, till they be guilty.
Till they be guilty. Because deep down inside, you tribes that watch these shows, you know you're guilty. You know you haven't done the right thing. Okay?
You don't want to be famous?
Done the right thing. Those of you that's committing adultery, you know you're not doing the right thing. That's why it's called creeping. Right? That's why you do it in the dark, secretly. You're sleeping with your friend's wife.
I like to creep.
With your neighbor's wife. Many of you Israelites do that. Many of you tribes do that, man. I know in the islands they call it Joe Grind. That's the guy that goes behind. Joe Grind is the guy that goes behind his friend and sleeps with his wife. That's in the island.
Like Mahar. That's Joe Grind.
And that's a grave sin against Yahawashi. It is one of the commandments. Thou shalt not commit adultery. That's what adultery is.
Now, if you want to get technical, all of us are adulterous.
That's right.
Okay? Because we have no choice.
That's right.
But what we going to do? Sleep with 9-year-olds?
Yeah,
we have no
right.
choice. Where you going to get a virgin from?
Yeah.
You know?
But then when you blatantly, especially after being told what adultery is and you blatantly commit it, now you're provoking the Lord Yahawashi. And you're begging for destruction. Okay?
Yeah, you had a law, and I'll go to it in a minute, where Moses allowed, Yahawashi speaks about it in Matthew 19. And matter of fact, somebody go to that, man, please, go right to the point.
Oh yeah.
And then go to the law.
Law of divorce.
because you can divorce your wife and she can get with another man and you can get with another woman, but you can't go back to that woman after you divorced her. So the scriptures say that Yahawashi said that they did that because they were wicked. They were going to do it any goddamn way, but the Lord said that's not the way it's supposed to be. So what did Yahawashi do? Did not he give Moses a law? So he can amend laws, right? He can change laws, right? He said the way from the beginning it wasn't supposed to be that way, man. But they did it. You know, you meet a woman in the world, right? You meet a woman, you run into a woman at a supermarket or something. You know, she had a man. She haven't been dealing with nobody in 2 years or 6 months or whatever. You know, and then you deal with the woman. Technically, that's adultery, man. But now, if you creeping, Joe grinding.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
And you see a woman, and the woman said, "I got a boyfriend." You entice that woman.
Exactly.
That's adultery too. That's the adultery that can get you put to death.
That's wicked.
But if you want to get technical, we are all adulterers, because that's why Yahawashi said a generation of wicked and adulterous generation, man.
Right.
So we have no choice.
Right.
Because these women that you run into, and then these guys in these other camps, sister. She ain't no sister, man.
That's right.
She's a demon, man.
Demon. And that's why us back here, we to cover ourselves, we always ask the woman, look, do you have a man?
Yeah.
Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a husband? If she says yes, she is off limits, man. There's plenty of other women out there. But no, a lot of you guys are wicked. You just got to have that woman. As it is written, stolen waters are sweet. As it is written. See, you really stealing her.
And like what my heart did, man.
Yeah.
That's why he makes videos against, all the videos he makes is against us, man. Because we pull them out. And then these guys, you guys stay in your goddamn lanes, man. One guy you teaching one thing and you cool with another camp, but they're teaching something opposite that you teaching, but you ain't gonna buck up against them because you cool with them, man. And we ain't no PC Israelites, man.
Right.
You know?
And even the Apostle Paul cursed out Peter.
Yeah, Galatians 2. Yep.
They were cool, they were in the work together, but the Apostle Paul saw some hypocrisy, some dissimulation in Peter, and he called him out on it. And we can read that in the scripture.
It was dealing with the Gentiles, which are Israelites.
That's right.
And most of you guys don't even understand that.
That's right. And so we're not going to be, it's not about being cool, all right? Yeah. It's about following the Lord in sincerity, honesty, and truth. Okay? Go ahead, brother.
Matthew 19:3. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause?
Hey, the key word is tempting him. Just like they do us. One of them individuals that come on the comment board asking questions, secretly they're trying to tempt us. They're trying to entice us to trip over our words. That's what you are a victim of, I would say. Well, number one, you're not a credible witness anyway.
Well, you made yourself look stupid talking to Polite, man.
You're just looking for popularity. You don't understand this thing of ours is not about popularity.
Right. He gonna bring it up again. He gonna everything that you said. He gonna dissect it, cut it up. And he gonna bring that shit up again, and then he gonna say you have Israelites teaching that the Most High Yahawah, or even Polite is saying Yahawashi. He knows what the name is, right? He knows what the name is. He'll say Yahawah and Yahawashi. He knows it. He knows. Hey, he knows that we're a great millstone as a group, man.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
But he gonna bring that up, and then he gonna say, yeah, you got this guy, Alazar, who came up under GMS, came up under Elder Tahar, and Elder Tahar told him, which I ain't told him shit,
yeah, he's gonna
that the Most High created angels and made a planet X, we'll call it, and he put the angels on planet X, and anytime the Most High needs them angels, he'll put up the smoke signal and get an angel to do something. See, you done open up your goddamn mouth. And you made yourself look stupid, man.
That came up. And we got a scripture for you in the Apocrypha.
Hey, you know what? Ecclesiastes 5. You know?
Hey, well, like I said, look.
See, talking like that can get you killed.
Look, Alizé, you're not a credible witness. And every time you open your mouth, you prove it. Okay? That's why you should keep your mouth shut, man.
So,
Go ahead, brother.
Sirach chapter 3, I'll start from verse.
They're trying to help you, dog. Go ahead.
I'll start from verse 23.
Yeah, well, the point is...
Verse 20. Go back to the point. Verse 20.
No, start at 20.
Verse 23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shown unto thee than men understand.
Yeah, like a lot was shown unto you, Alizé, but you don't understand it. You know?
Hold up. His partner made a video, because I made a video on Acts. It's Acts 15, the fulfillment of Amos 9 and 12, right? And the guy, everybody said, James went off, blah, blah, blah. It's not the fulfillment. Then one of them guys, the second in command, said, nah, man, the hard them guys went off. Well, guess what, nigga? You went off on the thing, on the angel thing. So anytime you come up and say something, brother, I'm gonna bring that question up to you, man. I said, you really believe that the Most High made a planet and put the angels on the planet?
What was the name of that planet? Can you give us that information? Or was it one of the planets that Captain
Do they
Kirk?
speak English on that planet?
Yeah,
the planet Angelo.
Was it one of the planets that Captain Kirk stopped by on his Star Trek journey? You're a joke, man. Go ahead. Right?
For many are deceived by their own vain opinions.
Many are deceived by their own...
No, that was the planet that Captain Kirk went to, and he thought he saw the Most High. Remember?
Yeah, or the planet that the green bitch was waiting for, which he had sex with.
Yeah, that devil,
like I said,
that devil will have sex with anything.
Like I said, Alizé, you're not a credible witness.
And Polite played on it, man.
Go ahead.
Good for you, Polite. Good for you.
But you can't, Polite, you can't come down here with that bullshit. Because
But we're not going to deal with you. We know that you're full of shit any goddamn way.
That's right. Go ahead.
For many are deceived by their own vain...
Remember, we're the group that you said almost convinced you to be a Hebrew Israelite. Remember, you said that, nigga.
He said it. He said it.
What you said, nigga. I'm talking about Polite. That's what you said, nigga.
He might be a Jake. Weird Al. Because he can sing,
For
man.
many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and the evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment.
Evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment. Go on. That's a suspicion. Oh, there's angels. The angels was created on another planet. You can't substantiate that. That's not in the scriptures. Now, what's the name of the planet?
Right.
Since you know that much, obviously you should know the name.
Yeah, the scriptures speak about having your mind vainly puffed up, looking into the things.
What book did he get that from?
Maybe the book of Enoch.
Have you not read the scriptures where it says that you speak the truth? Give me that Psalms 51 when thou art judged. Psalms 51. Because everything you say, you're supposed to substantiate it according to the Holy Scriptures, or you have no business saying it. All right? We're not.
Well, that's all up. That's adding to the word, man.
Adding to the word.
That's right.
Get them scriptures.
That's right. As a matter of fact, get that. Proverbs the 30th chapter.
Yeah, and Revelation 22
Revelation 22 is another good one.
Now you can always repent.
Yeah,
You know, hey, the whole saying is we got that from the High Time Coon. Did you repent from that? You can always repent, man.
He's too proud. See, the word repent means back, pent means sorrow.
Right, yep.
Go back to sorrow. You're too
Penitent,
proud,
yep.
Alizé, to go back. You're in this thing for popularity, but you just don't. You didn't get the memo. This is not about popularity.
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Psalms 51 and 3. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against thee only have I sinned.
Well, the scriptures speak about sinning foolishly with your lips. You can sin by your lips, by saying foolish things. All right? Go ahead.
And done this evil in thy sight,
Go on.
that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest.
Now there's a precept to that in the New Testament. We can get that. That thou mightest be justified when thou speakest. See, we're justified when we speak because we're speaking according to the oracles of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. We're speaking according to His word. We're not interjecting our own opinions or feelings here. Okay? If you got it in the New Testament, you can bring it out.
I believe this is, 6 Corinthians 4.
Right. And you notice, right, a good example is the apostles, like when they spoke, they would say, is it not written, or as it is written? Even Yahawashi would say that. He would say, is it not written in your law? Here's an example for you. Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? Yahawashi took that directly from which Yahawashi himself, when you go deeper, he was the scriptures. He was the scriptures personified. And even he stuck to the scriptures, stuck to the program. So who the hell are you, Alizé, to make crazy statements which you cannot prove? Again, you're not a credible witness. That's what it is.
Well, he's a novice.
Plus,
and you know what the scriptures say about a novice.
Yeah, he certainly doesn't.
He thinks he's over us.
Yeah. And that's what you get, man. All right? Go ahead. Oh, you said that in precept. Okay, bring it up.
This is Ecclesiastes 12:10. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth. This is the second precept. This is Ecclesiastes.
Read that again. Go back and read it again.
It's Ecclesiastes 12:10. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words.
Acceptable words. And it's even written that let my meditation and my words be acceptable in thy sight. That is written. So what we say got to be acceptable in the sight of Yahawah Shem Yahushua. That's the point. Go ahead, man.
And that which was written was upright.
And that which is written is upright. Okay? As a matter of fact, it is written that there is no defiled thing in this truth. It's also written that every word of the Heavenly Father is pure words. I believe in the book of Psalms, the 12th chapter, it speaks about how the word was purified 7 times. All right? So it's completely pure. And it also says no defiled thing can fall into her. Okay? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Even words of truth.
Even words of truth. What's the second precept?
Ecclesiastes 10:12. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself.
But the lips of a fool will swallow up himself. That's why Polite played on you, man. That's why Polite, he was waiting to set the trap. He was waiting for you to jump in it. And as soon as you jumped in that trap, he got you. Okay?
So when you get a chance, give me 1 Timothy 3:1. When you get a chance.
Yeah.
You can finish breaking that scripture down, but I'm saying hold that one on deck.
Oh, well, we're done with that.
Go ahead. Yeah, this is Alazar, he likes to be called himself. Sakari, sit down. This is for him. He became infamous again.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Matthew 7 and 6.
Make sure you speak up loud.
This is Matthew 7 and 6. It says, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, even cashing your pearls before swine, lest he trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you.
Yeah, if you want to say a few words.
Yeah, going into God, as I say, that's why that's why you don't do it polite, guys like that, man. Because you gonna tell them the truth, and you gonna turn again. You gonna try to catch us in our words and try to mix it like rules or something, you know. That's why we do stuff like that.
Yeah, he already proved that he has nothing but contempt and disrespect.
No, every time he comes up, you know he's a snake.
Right.
Because he said, I'm trying to learn. You ain't trying to learn, man. You trying to get extract information from us to bring it back to kind of mess us up.
Yeah.
In the name of Israel, and you keep saying the Israelite community. There ain't no Israelite community, man. You got a bunch of different Israelite groups out there, man. We ain't part of no community, man. The community's gonna come in, for lack of a better term, in the kingdom, man, when we all together. When we all speak the same thing.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why we found out why they keep using the word community. It goes back to Baal Barith, which is a god, a so-called god that the Israelites worship, which pissed the Most High off. All right? Which the word Baal Barith means Lord of the community, Lord God of the community. That is why every time you hear these so-called black leaders speak, they're always invoking the word community. They're always mentioning the community. What we're going to do for the community, in our community.
That's right.
Because the word community, there's a sinister meaning behind it. Baal Barith, which is a so-called god that the Israelites worship. Right? Which is in violation of the 10 Commandments. I am the Lord thy power, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Alright, so Baal Barith, God of the community, was a god that the Israelites, a so-called god that they worship. Okay? That's in the history. Go ahead, Dave.
1 Timothy 3:1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior.
Vigilant and sober. You should have seen Polite. Look, the first day Polite came to us, we saw him around the block. We saw them big ass lips around the block, man. All right, we were waiting for him. All right, because we knew he was gonna come with some bullshit. And you, Alizé, you caught up in that bullshit. Why? Because you're seeking for popularity. That's your main.
Yeah, Polite is not coming to learn something, man. The same goes for you, Tazariak. When Sarnetta come down there and ask you questions, you don't gotta answer no questions, man, because they're not coming to learn, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
We already gave them the truth. They rejected the truth, so the hell with it, man.
Yeah, the hell.
All right.
Go ahead, man.
Given to hospitality, apt to teach.
Apt to teach means ready to teach, which means even in the winter, you're ready to teach. All right. Apt to teach. There's no condition, seasonal condition on that. Yeah. Apt to teach means apt to teach.
Right on the spot.
Right on the, like the old saying, Johnny on the spot. That's us, man. Johnny on the spots. Right? We're ready to teach anyway.
All right.
Go ahead.
It's so-called 4th of July.
I'll make you famous.
What are we doing out here? We're teaching. Yeah. So we're apt to teach. This is not no so-called holiday to us. The 4th of July. What the hell are you so-called Negroes celebrating for? When the 4th of July was really instituted, you were a slave, man. You were in slavery. Do you know that? Yeah, bring it out.
It's Matthew 11 and 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows.
Yeah, we're those children. And we're in the markets. Right now,
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them aren't.
On a predominantly busy street, you can hear the traffic going by. You can see people walking by.
I know.
So we're calling on to you. Again, that's
a lot of them.
What's that? What's the mother?
Right? We spoke about the calling earlier. Go on.
And saying, we have piped unto you.
We have piped unto you. We're giving you this truth, which is like a song. You know, the scriptures speak about only the 144,000 could learn that song. This is the song that we're singing.
And ye have not danced.
You have not danced, meaning you're not listening to the song. But you will dance when all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, Sarnetta didn't dance.
Yep.
You know?
APEP didn't dance.
APEP didn't dance. None of them guys dance, man.
That's right.
You know?
Hey, like when you see like one of them cars with them booming systems ride by and they playing the latest song that everybody likes, people stop bopping their head and dance.
Yeah, they can't help it. They can't help it. Yep.
Yeah, because no one likes this song. This song is hard to hear.
Yep.
It's hard to learn.
Yep.
All right? But you're going to learn it, and you're going to want to hear it when all hell breaks loose. What's that song that they were singing? That's going to be your attitude. What them guys that was in the street?
So some of them devils are going to be so proud that they're going to die being proud, man. That's in Revelation.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, that's them devils, but you Israelites.
Israelites too, man.
Yeah, which
some of them Hamitic, them guys that follow the Kemite, they know they wrong, they know they're going to die, but they're going to stick to that, thinking they're going to think to the last minute, to the last breath, that Amun Ra going to come down there and save them, man. And they're going to get jacked up.
Right, but they got their conscience seared with a hot iron.
That's true. That's two-thirds of you knuckleheads. Go ahead, man.
We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented.
Right, we have mourned unto you, because in the Bible it says that, what is that, that were written, Ezekiel 3 and 17? Yeah, get that, Ezekiel. Yeah, Ezekiel, that's Ezekiel 3 and 17. Or 2 and 17.
Yeah, 2 and 11.
2 and 17 or 3 and 17? Because, you know, you got people that call this Bible the good book. That shows you they don't really understand this Bible. This Bible, well, we're going to read what's really contained in this Bible.
Can I bring this out right quick?
Yeah.
To show you in the scriptures that you got Esau that's going to do this in the other nation, but you got Jacob that's going to do this too, man. Because they're so into that Hamitic shit, they done spent so much money and time that their pride is going to make it where they're going to say, the hell with the Most High, let me die anyway, man. Then they're going to have to come back. This is Revelation 9 and 18. I'm going to jump around. It says, by these three were the third part of man killed, by the fire, by the smoke, and by the brimstone. That's Esau, right? Which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouths and in their tail. I'm going to read down, right? 20th verse. It says, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands. Meaning, talking about Esau first and foremost, but it's talking about these jakes that are into that Kemetic thing. Some of these niggas were born into this Kemetic shit, man.
Oh, these niggas that are sold out to the so-called New World Order?
They're sold out to the New World Order. They're going to die with pride, man. You know? It says, not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils. Because the Kemetic powers, Amun-Ra is a devil.
It's a devil.
Horus is a devil. Isis is a devil. Babal is a devil. All right?
Community.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Baal Barith, the devil.
Yeah, that's what the Lord said. You have sacrificed your devils and not to the Most High.
Yep. And idols of gold and silver and brass and stone. Like you go to Sarnetta Studios, they got all them African heads up there. He gonna go down with the ship. All right?
That's right.
And hey, brother, I'm with you going down with the ship, brother.
He also said he was a Hebrew.
Well, then he retracted that. And of wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk. Neither 21, neither repented they of their murders, all right, nor of their sorceries, wickedness, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. Because these guys in the Hamitic community, they're trying to steal guys from the Hebrew Israelites, to be down with them.
And all those things that the Apostle Elder read, you niggas are involved in. Thefts, idolatry. Let's talk about you that go to the Catholic Church. You bowing down before a statue, which is the statue of St. Mary, or a statue of St. Joseph.
St. Lazarus.
St. Lazarus. And you're bowing down before those empty stone statues in the hopes that they're going to deliver you. The main statue you bow down before is Caesar Borgia, which I'm talking about you tribes. Let's take the tribe of Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. You're heavy into those different idols. The message to you is you got to come out of those idols. Those idols are not going to deliver you, especially the idol of Caesar Borgia. That's the one you call Jesus Christ, which really, according to the Bible, is the so-called black man. That's something you got to learn. Yeah, the so-called Virgin Mary, another idol that you're into. Go ahead.
This is for them Egyptology niggas and Israelites out there that know the Lord's name, Yahawashi, but refuse to call upon it. This is Proverbs 1:27. It says, when your fair cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
That's what we've been telling you. Fear and desolation is coming. All right, when martial law is instituted, now you're going to see fear and desolation. All right, because these elites, they want to bring that program of the so-called New World Order. That involves terror, that involves fear, that involves desolation. So it's coming. The storm is coming. Famine, which is going to be man-made, because there's going to be a day when they're going to stop these trucks from coming into the city and delivering your food. Instant man-made famine.
Well, what's getting ready to happen in Puerto Rico, man? They're going to start really catching hell. What's happening in Greece right now? Now they said the government, what they did was they had made it where this is your money. You might have 10,000 euros in the bank, 50,000 euros, 100,000, a million. You might have maybe 1,000, you know. But now you're only allowed to go to the ATM or go to the bank. And you're only allowed to withdraw 60 euros, which in US dollars or Federal Reserve notes is about maybe like $58. So there's not that much you can do with $58 or 60 euros, man. Now what they're finding out, now that happened last week. Now when they go to get their money, they say, okay, I'll live with the fact that I can get 60 euros. Now they're going to these ATM machines and they can't even get no money. Period. Them euros ain't coming out, man. So they're losing over. They're not showing you what's really on CNN. They're not showing you that what's really going on, man. When you can't get to your money, man, you lose it, man. They're not showing you what's really going on. That's why Yahawah Yahawashi Rawchaa. I'm gonna watch RT, Press TV, all them different news channels outside of the U.S. to see what's going on, man.
Yeah. And you might say, well, that's Greece. But what you don't understand is that's coming over here. That's a trial run.
Prelude, baby.
A shadow.
Yeah. No, I was going to say that's a trial run. The elites always try something on the public, on the masses, before they bring it, before they really bring it. It's a dry operation, trial run, whatever you want to call it. It's coming here. What the apostles mentioned.
Yeah, and I just looked up real quick on Google, and they say basically they're comparing Puerto Rico to Puerto Rico is America's Greece. They're saying, you know, and they're saying that
Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
Commonwealth.
Commonwealth.
They're saying
Commonwealth of the United
Property,
States.
actually.
Right.
So they're saying that if it defaults, it could hurt all of the U.S. because everything is connected. So whenever one thing falters, everything else got to step in to prop it up, which means more money taken out of places that they don't have, so to speak.
And it could have been any state.
Right.
All right. Why Puerto Rico? Because it was tried there. It was a trial run. The elites sat down and they decided, okay, Puerto Rico is going to be the model. We're going to try it out in Puerto Rico. This is what they do. Matter of fact, Psalm 64th chapter.
What's this guy? He has that report called a doom.
Max Kaiser?
No, not Max Kaiser.
No. Salente?
No,
that's
not
not
Salente.
I forgot his name.
Hey, somebody go.
No.
Yeah, that's his name.
What's
Mark.
Faber?
No. Mark Faber.
Yeah.
Faber.
Yeah, Mark Faber.
He has that German accent. He lives in I think Taiwan or Singapore, right? Now they talked to him they had him on Bloomberg, and they had him on as a guest. You don't bring that guy on as a guest because he's gonna tell it like it is, man. He said that's nothing. That the thing that's taking place in Greece is nothing. He said that's gonna come over here to the United States, and he said, look, within the next 6 months, don't be surprised if you see the same conditions that you see over there in Greece.
Well, why is that? Because the elites, it's a trial run to them. They're the ones behind it. Beginning with the Rawchaas, the Rockefellers. They set the trend. All right, they set the trend, wicked trends. Okay.
They say at the same time they've been distracting people by all this other shit that's been happening, like the churches have been burning down, and these 2 convicts have been out of jail. So I believe that was a whole setup.
Well, it's misdirection.
And they done burnt down like 8, 9, 10 churches just in the last week.
Yep. They burned 7 down in 1 week.
Yep.
Right, in 1 whole week. But that's all a distraction. Now, the Jane Helm thing came out on the news they spoke about it a little bit, saying that it's a hoax or it's not a conspiracy.
That's on Bloomberg. They're even talking about it on Bloomberg, man, and that's a credible news channel.
Yep. But they've been distracting people with this other news and the gay legalizing the gay marriage. Yeah. All that stuff was set up as a distraction to keep you away.
What was that in Rome? The games.
Concerning Jade Helm,
Bread and circuses.
we know Jade Helm is real because it's a military exercise, and we've been seeing large groups of military vehicles been moved across America. All right, we're seeing you go down the highway, you're susceptible to run into a large convoy of military vehicles being moved.
And niggas don't notice that, man. That's when you take out your cell phone. There's no excuse now, man. You got a smartphone, nigga. Pull out your damn smartphone and start filming, man.
You got a camera. Some of these smartphones, you can edit a video right on the goddamn smartphone. And upload it.
What's that? Well, yeah.
So how much easier
you don't gotta edit nothing. Just put it up raw. Hold it up. So
if you want to edit it, if editing is your choice, you can do it on the smartphone.
You might not have time to edit it, brother.
You can do it on the smartphone.
Just say what you gotta say and put that shit up there.
That's right. But
see, that's true. But you know what? See, Nate likes to give you this big production value. Look, we give you shit raw, man.
Give it to you raw.
Yeah, because basically the message.
We got them programs too, nigga.
Yeah, the words of Yahawah is the main focus. All that other, fancy production that takes away from the word. Because everybody says, oh, great production. Yeah, but what about the word?
I like them garments.
Yeah.
You guys are in order. Hey, the Roman Catholic Church is in order, man.
Yeah, kind of.
And when they had that gay parade, that motherfucker was in order,
Yeah, well, fancy, you've seen our videos, all the top elders. We're not into that fancy shit, man. We just give you the information raw. Now, when I mention editing, I'm talking about you might want to interject a comment, or you might want to interject a scripture
Yeah.
or video.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking. Editing. I'm not talking.
Yeah.
Some of you guys, you do a video, you always got to put this hip hop beat in it. What is
Hey, how you doing, brother?
What is the
All
message
right.
of the video? Is it that hip hop beat, or is it the message? What do you want them to listen to? The hip hop beat or the message?
Because he can't be.
Now, why? If you're gonna put music, why don't you put some classical music?
That dude's a Jake, man.
He's with a big
Why don't you
booty.
put some
He would have been. He would have big booty woman.
I think it's more appropriate than that
It's all.
damn
I'm
hip
gonna go
hop.
down there to McDonald's, use the bathroom.
Okay.
I gotta do this.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead, bro. That's just something to think about. Okay. Go ahead.
I don't know if they're open.
Talking about, the economy and the gay marriage thing. This is a book called it's called The Unseen Hand,
That's a bad book, brother.
an introduction to the conspiratorial view of history.
Yeah, which the word conspiracy means breathe together. Yeah. Con means with. Conspiracy means to breathe together.
Exactly.
If you go in the book of Psalms 64th chapter, it talks about a group of men that have come together that are planning to destroy you Israelites. Okay, they have a common goal, and we can clearly read it in the scriptures. Okay, go ahead, brother.
This chapter 29 is called Aid and Trade.
So, by the way, this is one of the books where it reveals these devils. That's also in the book of Psalm 64, where it says the Lord will cause them their mouths to fall upon themselves.
Yeah, Ralph Epperson put that book. I got that book.
That's right. And Ralph Epperson,
That came out in the 90s, man. That book.
that's it.
Yep.
And he knows about the so-called secret society. He knows about that stuff. And he very well may be part of it. But he's coming out and revealing it. Whistleblowing. That's Psalms the 64th chapter. Right.
He got so deep in his studies that his wife left him.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know who it is? He's that guy in the movie Dark City that was drawing all those things, and he was in that room, and his wife was bugging out, and he was like drawing, trying to track down who was doing whatever they were doing. That was Ralph Epperson, because they say he lost his wife because he got so deep into that to the conspiracy thing that he just totally just shut his wife out. He got mad.
And there's women that get jealous. Anything that replaces them, they see it as a threat.
Yeah.
But they don't understand it any damn way,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Like,
So why cater to the women when it comes to this truth?
That's right. That's why earlier we speak about you guys talking about the sisters. Man, don't worry about it. The majority of these women ain't gonna make it anyway. We're gonna get a different breed of women. All right, a woman is no big deal, man. Okay. By the way, there are more women than there are men, so that should tell you something right there. We're the precious ones. Okay. Go ahead.
It says, in his monumental study entitled The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, historian Edward Gibbon listed 5 reasons that the enormous empire collapsed.
Yeah, and then it was Elder Apostle to our videos comparing America to Roman Empire. Comparing America to Rome. As a matter of fact, one of the slogans of Jade Helm is Sani Pari. In Latin means without equal. And then that was a saying during the Roman Empire. Like you have sunny day, which means without the day, or without the light of day. That's a term of law, sunny day. Well, their slogan, Jade Helm, one of their slogans is Sani Pari, which means without equal. Which that saying went back to the Roman Empire. It's the same saying they had in the Roman Empire, but it was in Latin. So there's more proof that America is part of the Roman Empire. It's a revitalization of the Roman Empire.
That's fine. Since you're talking about Psalm 64, right? So that website, dictionary.com. They have, the word of the day. So I just happened to go on, and the word of the day is e pluribus unum.
Now, wait a minute. July 4th, which is on this phrase is on your so-called dollar bill. Is that a subliminal message here? E pluribus unum. Out of many we are one. Out of many one. They're trying to tell you that this so-called New World Order is being instituted right before your eyes. Now the horror part of it is coming. That's the destruction part, the killing part, the maiming part. What do you think Jade Helm is all about? Bringing all these military groups together to kill you niggas with pants below your ass.
And the Jade Helm exercises, which niggas are not up on, man.
That's right.
That's going to take place in another 11 days from now.
That's right.
So you got to keep your eyes on the news, man.
That's right. And why all these military groups come together to kill you niggas, to kill you Puerto Ricans, to kill you Mexicans that dwell right here in America. You undesirables. They call you undesirables. You're walking around with your pants below your ass. You're going to get shot, man. You're going to get killed. There's going to be tanks coming down these streets, and the main aim is going to be you. Okay?
And then that Jade Helm, it starts around the same time, the same exact week that the Bohemian Grove beating is taking place.
That's right.
And they take place in the last 2 weeks
It's
of
July. Yep.
You know, so there's all kind of stuff going on. Them brothers in San Francisco, they did like about almost like an hour video where they went down near the Bohemian Grove. They were showing the redwood, certain plaques, how the
They should sneak in there like Alex Jones.
yeah. I guess they had the UN had a meeting back there back in 1945 during World War I. You know, so it's like a whole lot of stuff going on. So, you know, it's going to be an interesting summer.
Well, like Apostle Atha said, coin his phrase, it's going to be a hot summer. Right?
That's right. That's right.
Very hot summer. Go ahead, brother. Some more goodies in there? Okay,
It says, in his monumental study entitled The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, historian Edward Gibbon listed 5 reasons that the enormous empire collapsed. The increase in divorce, undermining the...
Oh, the increase in divorce. That's, come on. Men and women don't trust each other no more. All right?
And like the guy we work for, he got a client right now. The dude, he's supposed to be rich. He drives a
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini. He drives a
That's an
Lamborghini.
expensive car, boy.
You know, he got like a fine ass woman, but I guess now his wife served him. He had a fine ass woman. His wife served him papers to divorce. You know, here this guy got all kind of money. He got cars. He got everything, but she's divorcing him.
Yeah, well, they got a statistic. 70% of women initiate divorce. That's the statistic. All right? They initiate the divorce.
Yeah, the reason why they get married to you is so that they can have leverage. You know, they get them children.
They
and
want
they
the
get
cash.
right. and basically all it is once they're with you for so long and have so many children, then they're set for life because you got to constantly pay them alimony.
Then you have a state that is their main aim is you men. They zero in on you to get the money.
Yep.
And they claim it's for the children and for your ex-wife, but it's for the state too. The state ain't gonna do nothing for free.
Yeah.
All right. So you're in the process. So any one of you getting married according to the state, you should have your head examined, man.
Yeah. Well, every time you go to court for child support, the state gets paid based off of how many cases they cause to pay the child support.
Oh, you brought that up.
So if I forget there's a term for it.
Yeah, term.
But if their rating is 0 to 5, the more people they get in there, the higher their rating goes. Means the more money they make. So they're making percentages off of that money that the men are paying to these women.
Big business, man.
Big business. They call it the darling of the court.
And even King Solomon said, I know not the way between a man and his maid. So really the state has no business butting into your affairs between you and your woman. All right, that's between you and your woman. You could make arrangements to take care of your children between you and your woman. You're supposed to be 2 adults.
Yeah, you can get an arbitrator.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why does the state have to come in there? I saw your hand up.
And before you read that, that's all fraud, man. And when somebody hold on deck, James 5 and start from the top.
That's right.
And that's coming into play as we speak. It's happening right now in Greece.
That's right.
They're going to find out that euro is no different than the Federal Reserve note. It's paper money. It's not backed by anything. Well, at one time the euro was backed, I guess, partially by gold, but it's really not backed by anything. This paper currency is really not backed by anything. Even if they say it's backed by metals and so forth, like the Federal Reserve, it's not backed by anything.
That's right.
How many times I got to say it?
How many times the apostle got to say it? Well, in reality, it's backed by your belief in it. That's why it's called credit. Which the word credit from the Latin word credo, which means I believe.
Which means that the Greeks, they want to break off from the EU because they don't believe in the money system.
They don't believe in it.
That's the lifeblood of any society, man. Money. You have to have a means of exchange to get things, man. A barter system. You have to have a means of exchange. If you don't have a means of exchange, You got to leave that country, man. And that's why, like I said before, that's why Greece is talking about having a referendum, meaning a true democracy where all the people put in their 2 cents, which is bullshit any goddamn way. But they're talking about whether they want to leave the EU. Well, when you leave the EU, you're gonna get screwed anyway, man.
That's right.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't, man.
And all what the apostle is saying, that's pursuant to the vision that Daniel saw.
That's right.
That were mixed with myrrh.
Matter of fact, I did that on the video, and that's a fulfillment of that.
Yeah.
Somebody get that in Daniel. Hold that Daniel 2 on deck. Read that first, and then we're going to go to James 5.
Could I read this real
Yeah, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Well, money is very important. Money is called currency. If the body has no current, the body is dead.
Right.
All right. Currency, money is like electricity. You need it. All right.
Right.
You need it. Hey, you need money to keep your lights on.
Means what?
It's blood. It's a bloodline. Blood. You know, blood. It's the blood of a country's body, so to speak.
Hey, brothers, we will have money in our kingdom. It's not going to never go away. We're going to have money. We're going to have gold and we're going to have silver.
Now, the word economy. Now, you just said economy, and the word. If you look up the word, that's why you got to look up words. Unlike Nate and them guys, don't listen to Nate and them. You window shoppers, follow what we're saying. We're telling you the truth. We're giving you the right way. All right. The word economy means as a compound word. It means to manage the house.
There you go.
You know.
Go.
And the reason why you're getting ready to catch hell in the States over here is because of your money system, man.
Right.
Because your money system is based upon credit, and what they do is they make money out of thin air, man.
Right.
It's called fiat money.
Right.
The word fiat Latin means let it be. So the government heads say, we're going to put more money into the system. Well, where'd you get the money from?
Created.
Some of it we borrowed, and the other half we made. Well, you can't make money out of thin air, man.
That's right.
What's the term? That's what causes inflation and hyperinflation, man. And the real reason behind that whole euro thing in Greece is based upon the money, man.
Right. That's the main. Yeah, the main problem stems from the fact that the money is created out of thin air, which is not money, right?
Fractional reserve bank.
That's right.
Ecclesiastes 10:19. A feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things.
Yeah, money answereth all things. So if your money is fake, now you're really going to have problems. Yeah. And you know what? America's destruction really began December 22nd, 1913. That began the destruction of America. That was the day that the Federal Reserve was made law.
It was
right.
the third central bank in America.
That's right.
If you want to go deeper, it really happened in, 1861? During the time when Lincoln was around. And that's one of the reasons why they killed Lincoln, was over the money. And he came back again as Kennedy, and they killed his ass again because he made, for lack of a better term, he made government money. They didn't use an outside bank. And that's why they killed him, man.
Yeah, he went against the bankers, and the bankers it's the same thing with, right, Kennedy. Lincoln, then Kennedy. Okay?
Which is the same dude.
Just same dude.
Which we believe is the same guy.
No, we know he's the same guy, brother.
Yeah, we believe that. Yep, I know that. Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 2, verse 40.
And you know why I say that one? Now, when you see Kennedy came on the scene, he was a congressman. His fellow congressman that he was friends with was Nixon, right? And when you saw him before he became a presidential candidate, he looked like Lincoln. He was real skinny and frail looking. Now, you know what filled him out? Steroids, man. They gave him steroids and filled him out.
Oh, well, there's information coming out on Lincoln. He was a homosexual. He had a guy that lived in the White House with him. All right. One of the reasons his wife went crazy is because he showed more attention to that guy than his wife.
Oh, the white man's a bunch of faggots,
they're
man.
They're coming out with that information. I know I read it online. The true First of all, Lincoln
Well,
was
that's
never a
something
great
to talk about.
orator. That was another lie. He had a whiny voice, which means he sounded like a woman. So the truth is coming out. Like we said, it's truth time. It's nation time and it's truth time. Like you're looking at Lincoln like he's some great guy. Lincoln was never great. All right? The so-called white man, he fabricates his history. Okay?
And like I said, Kennedy didn't have those leading man looks until they injected his ass with steroids, man. Filled his ass out.
That's right. All right, go ahead, bro.
Daniel chapter 2 verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron.
Barack Obama
For
working
as
out.
much as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all
light ass weights.
and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Yeah, the fourth kingdom, that's talking about the Roman Empire. Okay, the Roman Empire, gone, which came forth from the Greek Empire. After the Greeks went down, thus began the Roman Empire. Go on.
And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes,
now this is reference to the image that Daniel saw, which he saw that image with the head of gold, etc., on down to the toes, which was mixed with iron and clay. Go ahead.
And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part is clay and part of iron, be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron.
The kingdom shall be divided, and we're seeing that in the news today. A good example is Greece. All right? A good example is Greece. A good example, like you mentioned earlier, is the pigs, which is an acronym for Portugal.
Portugal, Italy, Ireland, Greece,
and
Spain. Yep.
Yeah, there's a difference of opinion from those nations about the euro. Okay?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, because you also have European nations that are strong monetarily. You have European nations that are weak monetarily.
Yeah, Germany.
Like you have Germany, which is one of the top forces in the economy. But what's happening is, as these nations are crumbling, a big burden is falling on them. So their stuff is not holding up too good. You have Sweden and other European nations that are strong economically.
Yeah, Sweden, Germany.
Yeah, you know,
England.
You know, so you have that would be considered the iron.
Right.
Which Great Britain or England is not even under the euro; they're under the pound, man,
Check that
and
out.
the sterling. They know the deal, man. But that's what the apostles reading out of is prophecy that's taking place right now. So we're in the time of the feet.
10 toes.
Right.
Of the feet. It doesn't even say 10 toes. If you look at it, it just says the feet.
Right.
The feet of it. You know.
Right. Which
Part iron and part miry clay. The miry clay would be Greece, Spain, Portugal, Ireland,
pigs.
And those are the ones that's been the main ones that's been in trouble economically.
And that reminds us of what Yahawashi said: a house divided against itself shall not stand. So that's more proof that the so-called white man's getting ready to be taken down. Okay?
And those nations, those European nations are part of the miry clay. Right? It says, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes.
And by the way, that's Rome all over again, because the EU, correct me if I'm wrong, the EU was established by a treaty called the Treaty of Rome.
Right.
Check that out.
Yeah, boy, you got to do your.
You heard that, Nate?
Do your homework. You got to do your Google search.
Yeah, because the Lord don't mess up anything. The Lord, everything He does is in proper order. The Lord said that this particular empire, which is the fourth kingdom or the seventh, one of the heads, was going to be wounded unto death, but then it was going to come back into power because that wound was going to be healed. And that wound was healed when these European nations started coming back together. You know, and now America being allied with them, America is would be like Rome, and those other nations would be the allies. So they're coming back into power now because the Lord prophesied it thousands of years ago that this would actually happen.
Yeah, they're literally on their last leg.
Yep.
And you ain't gonna get this from Nate or Johanna or none of them guys. They don't know what the hell's going on, man. All right. And don't be listening to Alizé, because he'll tell you that angels is on the planet Angelo.
Yeah,
Oh, you saw it? You are?
Watch it.
I listened to the whole thing, man. Just I don't want to turn it off, but I said let me keep listening, man. You know.
All right. Back at Daniel.
Which if he, because Elder Todd did that, so if he stuck to what Elder Todd taught, he would be breaking it down correctly. But we know you got too much pride for that. Somehow you got to interject something to show how deep you are, how spiritually endowed you are.
Yeah, Polite had you on that roll, man, and you couldn't stop. Now you know you was wrong when you said that, man. You know you fucked up.
With your long ponytail because you're taking that never-ending Nazarite vow.
Yep.
You know?
Even on the Passover.
Go ahead.
Daniel 2:41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
Yeah, the strength of the iron, a good example is Germany. Our rock-solid Germany economy, Germans' economy. Switzerland's another example. And the Germans have always been, their economy has always been, because the Germans are the smartest of all the so-called white people. Yeah. And they put out damn good products.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hey, well, that's why them so-called Jews declared war on Germany.
Exactly. And it was the so-called Jews that declared war on
Germany.
Through
this guy, Churchill.
Yeah.
He declared war on, I forget the statement that he made. He made a statement concerning Germany, and basically we have documents that it was not Germany that declared war on the world. It was the so-called Jews that declared war against Germany because their economy was to a point where the English couldn't compete with them, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. And it's true today. You know that.
It was really England, man.
Yeah.
Because the state of Israel wasn't even set up yet.
Right.
It was still a thought in their mind.
Yeah. It was
really Great Britain.
The so-called Jews of Great Britain, also known as the Elders of Zion.
That's right. That's
right.
right.
Many names. They're the ones that declared war against Germany.
That's right.
And then they put up this campaign to demonize the
Germans. That was Kaiser Wilhelm, right? At that point.
That's the real truth. Again, like we said, it's truth.
You know, they had the first one or the second one.
The second
one.
Is this Apostle Paul?
Go ahead.
It says, you must understand.
Who's this saying?
Winston Churchill. You must understand that this war is not against Hitler or National Socialism, but against the strength of the German people.
Strength of the German people.
Because they produce things, man.
Produce damn good things.
Damn good things.
It says, which
China's doing that now. Remember China made that cheap shit?
Yeah.
They're making quality stuff now, man.
That's right. Yeah, even so that the Chinese, the so-called Chinese, are making fun of the so-called white Americans in their commercials. All right? They're thumbing their nose up at you.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, which is to be smashed once and for all, regardless of whether...
Which is to be smashed once and for all. Go ahead.
Regardless of whether it is in the hands of Hitler or a Jesuit priest.
As a matter of fact, it was the Treaty of Versailles. At the Treaty of Versailles, Germany was bankrupt. 1919, Germany was bankrupt because they had to pay back all the loans. But the so-called Germans, they rised up out of that obscurity.
Yep.
So much so that Churchill had...
They always rise up out of it, man.
They're resilient people. They're resilient people, okay?
Well, they're the wise men of Teeman.
There you go.
So they have that knowledge and technology from the Most High. How do you think the so-called white men over here got the technology for the missiles? You know, they took those scientists during the, what was that, the Manhattan Project, and they brought them over here to the Americas, and they put them. Half of them came to America, and half of them went to
Operation
Russia.
Paperclip.
You know, Operation Paperclip.
Yeah.
And they went, half went to America, half went to Russia, and that's how all that technology started being built back up.
Now China is doing what Germany once did. That's why it says in the scriptures, Moab is my wash pot, man. Ain't nothing being, very little is being manufactured over here in the States, man.
Outsourced.
Really,
speak low.
Really, though, like the whole RFID, the idea of using that to bring everybody together, that was started by the Germans because they came up with that tabular.
The tabular, yep, that's right. And they use IBM to do it. International Business Machine.
I think they sent them over here to America.
That was Hollering, that guy Hollering. Now, Pastor Charles just made a statement. I'm trying to remember what he said because it was a good point. Oh, he was talking about the product. Most products were not even made in America. Now, Do you know? I just found out that those products that say made in America were actually not made in America. They were made in other parts of the world and sent to America. And what they do here, what they do in America is they assemble it so they can put the tag made in America. But it wasn't made in America.
It's like Dell computers, right? When you order a Dell computer, it comes and it says Dell. Dell is an American company. But really what they do is they get them parts from Samsung and Hitachi, and they send them to Dell, and Dell just puts it together, puts in a box that says Dell on it, and ships it out to you.
Yeah.
So
mostly all that stuff comes from Korea.
That's what they do.
They said they did a survey. What's the hardest working country in the world? And Korea, I think, was among the top 10. Because a lot of products are coming from Korea. All right. So anyway, Elder Tal mentioned about China. Now there's a prophecy speaking about China. We're going to read about it in 2nd Ezra 16.
2nd Ezra 16 and 1. What will be up to thee, Babylon and Asia?
Babylon and Asia. Now Asia represents China. Asia represents the Far East. China, not just China, but Japan. Japan has a great economy in the United States too, as well as China. Korea, like I just mentioned about Korea, a lot of products are coming from Korea, coming right here to America.
Singapore.
So because of that, a lot of those nations, those Far East nations, they're proud.
Yeah.
That makes them proud. Let's see what the prophecy says.
If I may just interject this one thing. Now you got Singapore, which is a so-called Asian country. They're rich, man. You know, their economy is great. That's why even I believe it's Mark Farber lives over there. You know, because they're seeing that these Asian countries are becoming strong economically.
There are people that believe the future is Asia.
Moab is my wash pot.
Right.
You know?
So we're going to read that, and we're going to read the prophecy to show you the future is not Asia, China or Japan. Go ahead. You said you made a statement.
Yeah. Just to back up what the apostle was saying, if you look at vehicles, right? Now, not too long ago, the #1 vehicles to get was, the big American name Ford, Chevrolet. Like, they're not even mentioned anymore. Oldsmobile. Now, the big names that are coming up are Kia, Hyundai, from these different countries like Korea and, Japan had Honda. But the Korean countries, other Asian countries, they're coming up with these cars that are taking over now. You know, the Kia and Hyundai. There's other ones. I can't think of the hybrid cars, right, coming from overseas.
Yeah, because they're cheap cars. They can make it where they're super cheap.
Yeah, cheap.
You know?
They got good gas mileage.
Yeah, economic.
And they outlast the American cars.
Yep.
See?
Right. In other words, America going down the toilet, going down the shit.
Going down the pee-pee hole.
Yeah, bring it out.
Circulating. Verse 13, I'm going to jump from 11. Revelation 18:11, it says, "And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore."
Yeah, that's talking about after America is destroyed, which is going to be televised.
You know what, brother? You should read that whole chapter, man.
Yeah.
Because that hasn't been brought out.
That's right.
Blow the dust off that scripture.
That's right.
Bring it on out. Light of meat.
Revelation 18:1. "And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory."
Yeah, and he didn't come from another planet either. All right, he came down from the throne of Yahawah and Yahawashi. That's where the angels dwell. Right? Okay, Alizé, mystical man. Go ahead.
"And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is spoiling, and it's become the habitation of devils."
Yeah, the devils mean after this place is destroyed, you're going to have wild animals that dwell there.
Yeah, because Ariah used to say, when Esau came over here and took down Gad, that was the downfall of Babylon. So the unclean birds and all that, those faggots and demons and all that, Edomites. Nah, that's talking about after the missiles were shot on the so-called U.S., which is Babylon the Great, and that's after the smoke cleared, and that's what John saw.
So in the vision,
the Apostle John saw.
Right. Those are wild animals inhabiting the
desert-like creatures. Because go to Isaiah 34 and 16.
That's the reference.
Matter of fact, go to Isaiah 34:1, read down to 5, and then jump down.
That's right.
jump around like the house of pain.
Precept upon precept.
Isaiah chapter 34 verse 1. Come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein.
Now, we're not just out here to speak to the elect of Israel or all of Israel. It goes further than that, man.
That's right.
We're here to speak to the nations pursuant to Jeremiah 1.
That's right.
We're here to tell Esau. The reason why we know that the so-called white man are the Edomites, because we got to tell them you the Edomites, man.
You got to tell them.
The Chinese are the Moabites and so forth and so on. The Africans are Hamites. That's why you got simple ass niggas that think that their line goes back to Ham, man.
Yeah, we're the Lord's mouthpiece. Right? Go ahead.
It says, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why the Lord is coming back. The Lord is coming back for salvation, yeah, but also destruction.
That's right.
The Lord himself is going to be doing some of the fight, okay, from those chariots. He's going to be zapping people.
And this is that war in heaven. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
And let me say this. You're going to have a mountain of dead bodies, and guess who's going to bury those bodies? Not us. We ain't going to bury shit. Them international banking families who are going to survive the nuclear destruction.
No, we're going to have Nate do it too, because he did it. And when the World Trade Center went down, he was down there rummaging through them dead bodies. So he's an expert on that. So we're going to have him lead them Edomites, man.
That's right.
You're going to be the commander over them Edomites, taking them bodies and shit.
That's even if he's an Israelite.
You used to that smell, brother. They would have told the commander would have told me how you got to go and rummage through them dead bodies. That's the day that I would have quit the force, man.
Hey, well, if he's a Hamite, which was you're gonna be.
Hey man, I had that resignation letter ready in my fucking pocket, my breast pocket. Here you go.
That's right. Hey, if you're a Hamite, Nate, you're gonna be burying those bodies too. All right, but
hey man, he could be an Israelite. We still gonna make him bury them bodies, man.
But the point is, like the apostle is reading, you're gonna have a mountain of dead bodies. Just going into the future, the first job of those banking elite that are gonna survive the destruction, their first job is gonna be burying those bodies. Right. Pursuant to Ezekiel, what's that? Ezekiel the 39th chapter.
Hey, well, if it was left up to me, Nate'd be burying them bodies too.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Yeah, that's the nuclear mushroom cloud. All right? Go ahead.
And all their hosts shall fall down, as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
You know, after the nuclear destruction, there's going to be very few people on the planet Earth. All right? Which is beautiful, man. You know, Elder Ramla brought out the fact that you have all these people here right now because they're here for judgment.
Right.
You know, there's too many people on the planet Earth. That's true. But they're here for judgment. That's why there's so many people. Now, post-nuclear destruction, you ain't going to have that many people on the planet, which makes the Earth like a beautiful wilderness to enjoy.
A man shall be more precious than fine gold.
Exactly.
Hey, you know, from 1800 to now, about 200 years, the planet went from 1 billion people to 7 billion.
That's right.
You know?
So there are people that are saying there's too many people on the planet Earth. They're right. That's why the Lord is going to do something called thinning the herd. And that's the nuclear.
That's it, baby.
That's the nuclear destruction, man.
Get rid of these.
See, the nuclear destruction,
it
serves so many purposes. You know, it's just like the perfect like weapon. All right? It cleanses the earth. Okay? It cleanses the earth. It minimizes the people, thins out the herd. It scares the shit out of them. Go ahead, bro.
I think if you look up the word, I think it's brimstone, something to that effect. One of those words, I believe it was brimstone. It speaks about purifying, because that fire is going to purify the earth.
Well, it's written, the earth is clean dissolved. That's in Isaiah, what is that, 24?
Keyword clean.
Clean. We need the earth to be clean. breathing on goddamn chemtrails, man. We're eating GMOs. They're spraying pesticides in our land, in the earth.
Being constantly bombarded by toxins.
Dangerous pesticides, brothers. Roundup number 12. You know what that does to the human body, man? Those pesticides. And why are they spraying the pesticides? Because they're not keeping the land Sabbath. So they're not being blessed in their crops. So now Esau, in his great wisdom, thinks he has a problem to the solution. Or I'm sorry, a solution to the problem. Let's just spray the hell out of the earth with pesticides. Get rid of those bugs. The reason why the bugs are coming because you're not keeping the land Sabbath. So that's a curse unto you. So you got to go, man. You just got to go.
Hey, pretty much that topsoil that they cultivating, that stuff is worthless. It's worthless. There's nothing. There's no nutrients in that stuff.
Then you got goddamn concrete all over the goddamn place. So you got to go, man. You're the master of disaster, and you will be removed out of rulership. I'm talking about the so-called white people. Begin with your bankers, okay?
Yeah, we're not going to be like that church, the AME church down there in South Carolina. White boy. First of all, that white boy wasn't going. If we had a school like Nate, ain't no white boy gonna come past that door, man.
And we throw niggas out.
Now hold up, but now Nate let a white boy in his school. That was a guy from Vibe magazine.
Oh yeah.
Remember they said I was reading the article. Yeah, Peter, whatever his name. Anyway, if you're an Israelite and you go, and we can prove that, we can go to school right now and see if they'll frisk us, because that's what they'll do. When you go to this school and learn, and you a Jake, he just turn around and you get frisked, man. Now when that cracker came up in there, he was led by Asaph, all right. He didn't have to get frisked. What if he was just like that white boy down south? He's sitting there talking to him and shit, and all of a sudden he pull out something and go to shooting. What was you going to do? Forgive him? First of all, that cracker wouldn't came in that church in the first place, man, if they knew them scriptures, man.
That's right. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, I got a son here. This is
Start singing Amazing
Then they forgave him. You killed my mama, but guess what? I still forgive you. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Fuck you niggas, man.
Made by a nigga woman.
Hey, you know what? Now they get on us for like talking down on Jake. Well, the perfect example is what happened down south. And what crazy bugged out white boy sat down for an hour, didn't say a goddamn thing, and all of a sudden opened fire on him. If that really happened, but then your response to it, your loved ones' bodies are still freshly dead, and you talking about I forgive you.
Yeah.
That's why we don't give a damn about you niggas, man.
That's why the whole world don't respect you niggas. Well, why should they? You're a bunch of pacifist sheep. Yeah, well, that's why the Lord called you the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The nature of a sheep is to be a pacifier. All right? Go ahead.
Psalms 58:10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
That's the mentality you're supposed to be in.
That's right.
That's the mentality we're in. We're looking for bloodshed, man.
That's right.
Bloodshed is
That's right, brother.
bloodshed is going to come.
That's
Blood
right.
is going to be shed in America. Okay? Hey, the scriptures say there's no redemption but by bloodshed. The purging is by bloodshed.
There's going to be
The blood of the masters, the blood of the slave masters got to be shed to purge the blood of the slaves. That is written. That is in the law, man.
I got the purge scripture.
Yeah, they bring it up. So what the hell are they teaching you in these so-called churches? I'll tell you what they're teaching you. Lies. And it's time for you to wake up. Like I said, this is truth time. Truth time.
What time is it?
Nation time and truth time.
It's truth time. All right, this is the purging scripture. Numbers 35 and 33. So you shall not pollute the land where you are, for blood it defileth the land.
That's why America's polluted, because much of the blood of the so-called North American Indian, the so-called Negro, has been shed in this so-called country, which is not a country, it's a corporation owned by the international banking families, the Rawchaa family. All right, go ahead.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein.
The land cannot, now listen good, this is coming out of the Bible. All right, it's not, we didn't make this up, it's not our words, it's the words of the Heavenly Father. Read it again.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein. Example, America. Go ahead.
But by the blood of him that shed it.
but by the blood of him that shed it. So the so-called white man's blood has to be shed.
Hey, I looked up where it says the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein. The precept says there can be no expiation for the land. Now, expiation is like a cleansing, you know, so it can't be clean unless a man's blood is shed. That's why when Noah came off the ark, one of the first things the Lord told him that if you shed man's blood, your blood has to be shed for that man.
To purge the blood.
Yeah, now I forgive you, man.
Right.
And it says here in Jeremiah 48:10, cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully.
That's right.
Now that's what them churches did. They had Caesar, Cesare Borgia all up in the church. They had crackers all up in the church. To prove that they had crackers in the church, when that bugged out white boy came in the church, they let him sit down, man.
That's right.
It said, cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. Now, y'all should have fucked that cracker up. Really, you shouldn't have let him in. But if he came in, you should have had somebody have somebody sit behind him. You know, Deacon so-and-so supposed to go like this. That means somebody gonna sit behind him, right?
Move the wrong way.
And if he moved the wrong way, clock him with a chair, man.
That's right.
You know?
Well, you wouldn't do that because you saw that white boy and you thought Jesus.
They thought Jesus visited him. Yep.
You know, you thought Jesus was, Jesus finally came to our church.
Jesus, baby, Jesus.
Take me home. You so-called Negroes, that's why the scriptures say that you're a simple,
sottish children.
Sottish children, which means stupid. Okay?
Hey, you know what they were meditating on? They were meditating on this scripture right here.
Yeah, you saw that white boy, you thought Jesus came into your church.
Hey, yes, hey, this is what they meditated on. They probably had a lesson on this the other day. So when they saw the white boy came in there, they said that got to be Jesus or an angel, right? This is the book of Hebrews 13 and Hebrews 13 and 1. It says, let brotherly love continue. Because they look at everybody as brothers, right? Whether you're an Edomite, white guy, black guy, Chinese, Moabite, you know? It says, let brotherly love continue. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers. And he was strange, man. For thereby some have entertained angels unawares. Well, you found out he was an angel. An angel of death.
Angel of death. Yeah. And he did entertain you. He entertained you with that gun. It was entertainment to die for.
He had them no, he got his own entertainment. He had them dancing, man. Yeah. They were doing the dance of death.
That's right. Go ahead. Oh yeah, the dance of death.
He tried to block the bullets and shit.
Yeah, like bamboozle. The dance of death. Man, what was his name?
Yeah, my bad.
Mantan. He did the dance of death.
Mantan.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is a.
I mean, if that really did happen, if that white boy was letting off shots, you paid money to see how you niggas was dancing in the church when them bullets was popping off, man. You know how you be dancing when the Holy Spirit so-called hits you? And when them bullets was hitting you, I wonder what kind of dancing you were doing.
Talking in tongues.
Go ahead. Yeah, what kind of language were you speaking? Were you speaking in tongues when them bullets was flying? Hop, 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 hop. Go ahead, bro.
This is another Persian scripture.
Yeah, we're going to make fun of you. Hey, Elijah made fun of the false prophets.
That's right.
All right? Oh, yeah, it was Elijah.
Oh, the white boy who pulled out that gun and started firing. They thought he was speaking in tongues with that damn gun, man.
And the Lord said, when your fear and desolation cometh, that you shall be mocked. He will mock you. And he's mocking you through us. All right? Go ahead, brother.
This is Ezekiel 35. Now start at 5.
It was too heavy.
It says, because God had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
And that's talking about the so-called white man. A good example of that is slavery. That's one of the best examples, which the so-called white man can't deny. Now they're trying to take it out of the history books, the history of slavery, because they're ashamed of that period of time, man. They wish they could just wipe it under the rug, under history's rug.
You know why they're trying to wipe it out of them books? Because they know it's in this book.
Exactly. The elites know that the retribution is coming. There's payback coming, and they want to try to get rid of it, wipe it away. But you can't wipe it. You can't wipe away slavery with an edict.
That's right. Hey, you know why too? Because the word has been being taught for years. prior to that, they weren't talking about getting rid of slavery off the history books. They were happy about that. But then when
they posted in it. They were proud about it.
But when they started seeing the prophets out there breaking the scriptures down right and bringing out judgment and going through the scriptures, they had their scholars go back and research the scriptures that brothers brought out, and they say, you know what, these guys are right. We got to do something about this.
That's right.
You know?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
You know?
This is Revelations 18:5. It says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High, Yahawah and Yahawashi, have remembered her iniquities."
Yeah, like slavery. The Lord didn't forget, man. And He's going to punish you accordingly. He's going to reward you accordingly. I'm talking about you bankers, top banking families, which evidence came out that the slave ships were financed by you so-called Jews.
Rawchaa.
All right? The Dutch East India Company.
West East India.
Right, which were owned by the so-called Jews, the beginning of the Rawchaa family. Even back to the Bourgeois family. The Bourgeois family owned slaves. All right.
They were so-called Jews.
And there were so-called Jews, the Bourgeois family. Go ahead, brother. And that's the 1400s. For those of you, history buffs. You got any more?
Yeah,
Go
it
ahead.
says, "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by
They
the
have a
force."
perpetual hatred. They're never going to love us, man. You're looking for love from the so-called white man. Like the scripture
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Looking for love in all the wrong places. Like the scripture has said, "Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love?"
Seek love, yep.
That's you. That's you so-called Negro. You do anything to appease the so-called white man. That's why you let that bum into your church. And he got busy. Right? Once again trying to please the so-called white man.
I got a scripture. This is basically the scenario that happened when that bugged out dude came in the church, man. Psalms 18:4, right? It says, "The sorrows of death compass me." And we started letting off, the sorrows of death compass them niggas,
that's
man.
the bullets.
Right? Yeah, them bullets, man. The sorrow of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. And that was just one man. Now when that jade hound kicks off and they really going to do something, that scripture is really going to be fulfilled.
Yeah, a lot of you so-called Negroes, your West Indians, and Puerto Ricans, a lot of you are going to get killed just because you're not vigilant. All right? It's coming out how these crackers are on the gun ranges, and there's no niggas there. All right?
The targets.
Yeah, the crackers are on the gun ranges, they're firing their guns, and guess what? At the gun range, there's hardly any so-called Negroes there. Why is that? Because you're not vigilant. You're too busy chasing big booty Judy, man. The average nigga, that's all you can think about. Big booty Judy. And some lousy rap music, which ain't even rap music anymore. It's nothing but crap, nothing but noise, man. Go ahead, bro.
But since you made that statement about none of you Negroes are on the shooting range, is because you know that if you Negro decide to go to the shooting range, just like the white, in the same numbers that the white man does, there will be a problem, man.
There'll be a problem.
They'll be checking your ass out. Why are you going to the shooting range, man?
Right. Domestic terror.
So you go to the shooting range for one thing, to get good at shooting something, man.
That's right. That's the main reason. And the thing you want to shoot is niggas. We're talking about the so-called white people.
When the white man goes to the shooting range, they're not going to the shooting range to learn how to shoot a fucking deer.
Right.
Because they don't have an outline of a deer, a silhouette of a deer. They got a silhouette of a nigga with a toothpick out his mouth, with a hat tipped to the side, man.
That's right.
With his pants hanging off his ass.
That's right.
And Esau gets into that, man. I can't wait till I can really shoot a nigga. He's letting them dead, you know, that's what they call it, center mass.
Right.
Center mass is right here.
Right.
That's when you hit somebody there, that means you putting him down, he ain't getting back up. That's what Esau does, man. So if you start going to the shooting range in mass, there's going to be a problem, man. Damn niggas. Action.
Okay, so this is Ezekiel 35:5. Now this is the word from the Most High to Ezekiel to Esau, the white man. Alright, it says, "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword." Now the word there for perpetual hatred, it says, or old hatred, or hatred of old.
Which goes back to what?
Really goes back to Cain and Abel.
That's
I
right.
mean, really.
That's right.
It goes all the way back to Cain and Abel, and then Jacob and Esau, all the way till now. So the white man hasn't forgotten. He hasn't forgotten. He hasn't lost his hate for you niggas.
Well, he lost his birthright to our forefather Jacob. He's still pissed off about that. You think the Rothschilds don't know about the birthright that they lost to Jacob? You think they don't know who Jacob is? If they know that they're Esau, you're going to tell me they don't know who Jacob is?
If they don't know, you know, if they're not conscious to it, subconsciously they know, man. Because all these young black boys getting shot up and bent up and killed and broken up, it ain't happening. You don't hear about Moabites that happen in the Moabites or East Indians. When was the last time you hear a cop beat up or shoot up East Indian or Moabite? Name me some other nations.
Arab.
Or Arabs. Arabs are supposed to be terrorists.
Right.
When was the last time you heard a cop blow away a damn Arab?
Yeah, that's true.
Or even a Hamite, man.
That's right.
Unless they mistaken the Hamite for a Jake.
Yeah, like Amadou Diallo.
Exactly. They mistaken him for a Jake, man.
Right.
So that's showing you that's a spiritual thing, man. It's part of the curse. That's what a nigga don't understand, man.
And since it's the curse, that who was the curse supposed to fall on? Israelites. So that shows you right there that you're the Israelites. But once again, you're not going to get it.
They even doing it to little black girls.
That's
you know?
Yeah, that's right. The teenage girl that the cop.
Yeah, but now could you now could you see that happen? Now could you see that happen to a Moabite chick and a Moabite in Chinatown? It ain't gonna happen, man. That cop would lose his job. They would sue the city. You know, a couple people get killed over that shit, man. Moab is not going to stand for that, man.
Yeah, they're not gonna
Elam, as weak as they are, they ain't going to stand for it, man. Ammon, they ain't going to stand for it, man. Right. The only ones that'll stand for that shit is you niggas, man.
Because you're sheep.
And they know you ain't going. You got the Bloods, you got the Crips.
Right.
You know, you got the Black Panthers. Go ahead. You got the Black Panthers. You got all these different groups, and they say they're gonna do something, and the white man knows you ain't gonna do shit but march. That's all. When the Black Panthers come, they're gonna come with their shotguns. They ain't gonna have no slugs in it, man.
We're gonna sing Amazing Grace.
Which all those groups are controlled by the so-called white man, created by the so-called white man.
Yeah, the Bloods and the Crips. What was they? They're supposed to be a part of the community. How many cops have they killed, man?
Yeah, because they're created by the so-called white man. It's all bullshit.
Just like Polite is created by the white man.
Yeah, he was created in a lab by the so-called white man.
I got something.
They slapped them big black lips on his ass in that lab too.
This is Jeremiah 2. I'm going to read
Big nigger lips.
You better stop it, brother. Go send them clutching them big lips on us, brother. Y'all better be cool.
Man, the hell with you, Polite. You're going down, man. You're going down.
Oh no, he's definitely going down.
You're going down like
not by us. He's going down by one of them angels from the planet Angelo.
The Lord Yahawah Shai going to destroy you, Polite. All right.
He's going to destroy you too, Alizé.
Your ploy didn't work. You try to do the Bloods, which we found out the video was fabricated. Those guys were. A couple of those guys were your bodyguards. Yeah. They weren't even Crips and Bloods. You try to scare somebody with your bullshit.
But that's not the point. The point is this. The point is we're going to stand in the name of the Lord, stand stiffly in the name of the Lord.
Well, that's the ultimate point.
That's the point.
We gave up our lives for this, man. We gave up. You got brothers back here gave up their so-called family for this, man. Been in this thing for many years. We go a little skinny Toby like you scare us, man? Come on, man. Go ahead, man.
So this is Jeremiah.
We got bigger fish to fry, man. Yeah. Like the elites of this society. We want to get at them, man. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers.
Spiritually, well, the Most High is going to get at them.
Yeah, well,
we're not going to do nothing to them. The Most High is going to do what He's going to do.
We want to curse them out with this word. That's what I mean. We want to get at them, cursing them out with this word, which the Lord said we will do. The Lord said we will do. Because it says to the gates, bring that out, to go to the gates of the nobles. You top elites, the Lord is going to give us that day where we're going to curse you out according to the word of the Lord. Because you've been sweeping us to the corner for the longest, man. You've been trying to sweep us to the corner. All that stuff you're doing on the internet and all is trying to push us to the corner. But the scriptures say we shall not be pushed to the corner anymore.
The gates of hell
and I shall see thy teachers. And we're going to curse you out, man. I'm talking about you bankers, you top bankers. The Lord is going to give us that power. We're going to curse you out according to the word of the Lord Yahawashi.
Well, now is an opportune time to bring out James 5.
There you go. We're going to curse you out, man. We know you bankers be sitting back, you be laughing. Look at these crazy ragtag niggas. You be laughing at us, man. We know.
They don't laugh too much now, man.
But no,
they getting
you
nervous.
used to, but
and
now you
Spurge,
right.
they know the Spurge is going to get them.
That's right. That's what we're talking about, man. All right? Cursing out the ones that matter, the ones that are turning the wheels. All right? The ones that create problem, reaction, solution.
What did you say you saw? What was the name of the Archie Bunker? What was that series? That was on the train.
Oh, All in the Family.
All in the Family.
Yeah.
And it was all on the train. The train stopped, and everybody was saying as to why it stopped.
Right.
And the bum, a derelict, said it's the bankers.
Yeah.
Yep.
He
And
said
they kind of
it's the bankers.
they waved them off.
They brushed them off. Which shows you Norman Lear that produced All in the Family. Norman
He's
Lear,
the insider.
He's the insider.
Yeah, lesser luminary.
And he was showing that the low people of society really know the truth. That truth is going to come from the low people of society. Who's lower than us, man? All right, the guy was a bum. He was a bum on the train, and he was a so-called black man. Okay? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing, Simon and Garfunkel, they did a song.
Oh, yeah.
They did a lot of prophetic songs.
Silence.
Right, and they did a song when one of the lyrics said, "The words of the prophets are written on the subway walls." Or what was it?
Tenement halls.
Tenement, yeah.
The words of the prophets are
right.
written
You know the lyrics better than me, brother.
Oh, well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's telling you in a roundabout way that the prophets are them jakes living in the ghettos, man.
So they know. So if Simon and Garfunkel,
That's back when graffiti was big. It ain't big like it is now. I mean, like it was back then. You know?
right. So it's Simon and Garfunkel, which are lower level luminaries. If they know, how much more the greater luminaries? You gonna tell me they don't know? They know. All right, go ahead, brother. Hey, just like in the scene with V had a chance to get into that station and seal everybody off and deliver his message. The Lord gonna give us that power. We're gonna be able to do that.
We already doing it
Yeah,
on
we're already
YouTube.
doing it.
We already doing it, man.
But we're gonna have that where we have full control of the Most High might do that. Have full control of your television studio. Just take over and bring out the word.
But we don't need that.
Yeah.
If Fox News comes say, I said, look, we don't need you. You need us.
They played up.
We don't. We're famous. You got Edomites that's making videos about the Hebrew Israelites, and most of them videos that these so-called Edomites are making is saying that it's true that these black people in this country are the Israelites, man. You got Edomites, but they could be Jake, that are saying that these got to be the people, man. And they're quoting scriptures and all that, man.
One thing we know about the Heavenly Father, Yahawashi, he's very dramatic. The proof is the Red Sea. That was a dramatic. Go ahead. That was a dramatic. Example. All right. So who knows how to? Right now we're doing it on grassroots, but the Lord might just have fun with it.
Yeah, he can do the way he want to do it, man. He can really magnify this. But guess what? This YouTube man has blown this thing sky high, man.
That's right.
Look, we don't need you, CNN. We don't need you, Fox. We don't need you, RT. We don't need none of y'all, man. We don't need y'all.
Hey, because you know what? If the Most High blesses with spiritual power, a good way of having fun is go down to your CNN building, just like in the scene of the.
That would just be a demonstration of power.
Exactly.
The truth is already out there.
Right.
That would be a demonstration of power.
Right.
That's what it's all about, and that's what it's all about, brothers. Power, which a lot of you slave-minded Negroes don't want. You don't want no power.
People watch YouTube more than anything else, man.
Yeah, that's the mainstream.
And they have a big thing. I listen to Bloomberg in my car, man, at home in the morning. You know, early in the morning, 5 in the morning, I listen to Bloomberg. When I come home, I listen to Bloomberg, man. And you jakes out there got to listen to Bloomberg and what's the other one? CNBC, where they go into the financial. But Bloomberg, basically all day long, they're talking about businesses and they're analyzing businesses, the ups and the downs of making money and the way the economy works. All right? That's what they're doing, man. Now, they had an interview earlier today about the, I guess, the CEO of Viacom, and they're finding out that Viacom owns MTV, Comedy Central, and a bunch of other channels, and he's finding out that people are tuning out because now they're watching Netflix. But the guy said a lot of people are going on YouTube, man. So that's why all these major stations, and I'm gonna do a video on that. You know, Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, Rawchaa, that all these major TV stations got a YouTube page, man.
That's right. YouTube was a thing of the future.
Exactly. But now, if you check it out, when these major TV stations got on, YouTube came about in 2005, and they just recently had a 10-year anniversary.
Right.
Now most of these top stations, they got a YouTube account back in like late 07 and 08. Some of them 06. So that's showing you that they knew the sign of the times, man. They knew that this thing was going. They knew that this YouTube thing was going to skyrocket, and this is the thing that's going to brought us fame. This is the unicorn, man.
Yeah.
This is Psalms 19.
That's right.
It says the unicorn will help us.
That's
right. Right?
No, so-called YouTubers made so-called stars. I think, what's it?
They pick them up. Hold up. There's singers that went on YouTube and became famous, and there's people that had shows on YouTube that now have regular TV shows.
Yeah, Tommy Sotomayor, that's what made him a star.
Yep.
So-called star, YouTube. Go ahead, bro.
If I can say something real quick, absolutely. Yeah. So we're talking about the truth coming out, right? So now, because of this Confederate flag thing, you got a lot of Edomites. Really, they're Jakes. Because the Most High got the nation of Israel scattered everywhere, and that's one of the miracles that the Most High is going to do. He's going to bring in Israelites looking like other nations, bringing out the truth, coming to the camps. But anyway, you got Edomites on YouTube now that are cursing out other Edomites about the Confederate flag, saying, look, you got Edomites saying this is our history, can't get rid of the flag, this is American pride. And you got other Edomites cursing them out, saying, look, these Jakes, they mad about this shit because you acting like slavery never existed. You acting like you didn't go all over the world and take the whole... I watched a video yesterday, this white boy said, we're the real terrorists, right? And that's because a lot of them Edomites, they're feeling guilty because they're really Jakes. A real Edomite, they don't get guilty. They walk by the camp, they see the slavery sign, they laugh, it's a joke to them. But you got a few of them out there that are really Jakes. Right. And what can I do, appease and make up for this? So there's a lot of videos, the Most High just jacking these people up. There's Edomites cursing other Edomites out because they're really Jakes about slavery, bringing out the truth. Look, these Jakes are really Israelites. If you study the history, they were brought here on slave ships, go to Deuteronomy. So the truth is coming out, man. Most High is breaking America down in so many ways that the least can't do shit about it. There's nothing you can do about it.
That's why they want to do away with the internet, man. Right, yeah. And they want to damn sure control YouTube. But the truth is already, the horse is out of the goddamn barn, man. Yeah,
Pandora's box. Yeah, well, the scriptures say
Pandora's box has been opened.
That's right. We can do nothing against the truth
before the truth.
For the truth. That is written. All right.
Hey, let me say this. Since you mentioned about you had Israelites that look like other nations, right? There's a big thing. Even Polite said this, and one of the things that they did, Sinetta did the other day, they said you got some Israelite groups that believe the earth is 6,000 years old, some believe it's billions of years old, some believe it's 12,000, 6,000. And they say you got some Israelites that believe that the white man can make it, and we're going to teach the white man Esau. And he said, you got some Israelites that think that there are Africans that are Israelites. Now let me explain that. You got Israelites over there in Africa, mainly in West Africa. Now I went into Google and I put in famous. How did I put it in? Famous people from the Igbo or the Igbo. You can say Igbo is spelled I-G-B-O, but you pronounce it Igbo, which they're close to Nigerians. Now I put in famous people of the Igbo. You know Flavor Flav is Igbo, man. Wow. This guy. What's this guy? Blair Underwood. Queen Latifah is an Igbo. T.D. Jakes is an Igbo. Kobe Bryant is an Igbo. And the word Igbo really means Hebrew. All right. It really translates into the word Hebrew. Who else? Jessica A. Fox. She's an Igbo.
Oh, Deborah Cox.
Deborah Cox. Igbo. Yep. So.
Yeah. So that bit of information got to come out too. Okay. The bottom line is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The other.
Speak loud, brother.
Chris Tucker.
Yeah,
Chris Tucker. He from Cameroon. Yep.
Yeah. The bottom line is that the Israelites were scattered all over the world. That's something we at Great Millstone we've been teaching. All right? Go ahead.
And we give you the creme de la creme. We give you everything, man.
We give it to you.
We the number one group out there, man. See, the only thing Nate got is he got everything fancy and looking nice. He got how you doing, brother? All right. He got what it's called well organized bullshit.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
You know he got a big piece of dog shit and wrapped in a nice,
a pretty
package.
Right. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so I made a statement earlier that the elites, they look at us like we're no threat, and them guys, in the corner or whatever. So this is a Wisdom Solomon chapter 3, right? And it says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them, right? Because elites, you always bring this out about the red and the blue list, right? Project Megiddo,
Yeah.
they have plans to come against, especially Great Millstone, the Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, when they say black Hebrew Israelites on Project Megiddo, the top group out there is Great Millstone, right? That's why Polite, like I said, Polite with that Bloods and the Crips, he didn't target no other group but Great Millstone. So you got to bang on them GMS niggas. That's exactly what he said. All right, go ahead.
It says, in the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, right? Because we cut ourselves off from this world. So if you're out there in the world looking at us like these Egyptology niggas, they got this shit all set up nice, driving around in Maseratis and all that, and they look at us, they call us ragtag Israelites, right?
Yeah,
Bums. We don't go to them barbecues they be having, the barbecues everybody's invited. We separate ourselves. So to them, we died off from the rest of society, right? Though they seem to die, their departure is taken from misery, and they're going from us to be utter destruction.
Departure from what? The world. We're not of this world. Right? Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. It says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, right, yet is their hope full of immortality.
It's our hope. Part of our hope is America being destroyed, us getting the kingdom, us getting power.
Getting everlasting life.
Getting everlasting life. No more in these jacked up bodies, all kind of pains. Every day, it seems like every day you wake up is a new pain. Things that, parts of your body that you didn't even know exist. It's not to hurt, man. That's because we're eating that what? We're eating that GMO food. We're breathing the chemtrails. And you got niggas that still want to be here. Talking about, we don't know. We don't know. We might be here another 40 years, another 10 years.
Yeah, let's see the finish line.
Good.
Yeah, that's it on that.
Got that thing?
Yeah, bring it up.
James chapter 5 verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
Yeah, the rich man is you bankers. And now we're talking to you via the video, but we'd really be talking to you face to face. Like in the movie X-Men, when you had one of the X-Men, he came right to the president and delivered a message. First of all, he dramatically came in there. He whooped all that ass, then he put the message right before the president. That'd be nice to have some kind of power like that. And what's the beauty of having power is to be able to use it.
Demonstrate it.
Demonstrate it. Flaunting it.
Power perceived is power achieved.
Wait a minute, you so-called white people, you got power, you flaunting your power. You flaunting it right in front of our face. And the majority of our people are like sheep, they lay down and take it. So the tables are going to be turned, man. Trade in places. There's going to be a trade in places. All right?
That's it. And that's basically what's going to happen. Hardship is coming to you bankers, man. You ain't worked a day in your life. You've been pampered all your life. Hardship is coming to you.
Well, that was in the movie, Trading Places. Dukes. went from having everything to having nothing. They were bums. They were penniless.
And they show you that their wealth was basically based off of a big fraud. You know, the stock market.
And then you know what? That movie was produced by Aaron Russo. Secretly, Aaron Russo hated the bankers. Aaron Russo made a statement. He said, at first I thought Nick Rockefeller was my friend, but later I found out he was really my enemy. He wasn't my friend. Aaron Russo said that. So we believe they killed Aaron Russo. They silenced him, man. Because he was bringing out too much truth. And that's the main weapon to you elite banking families. Truth. That's the, not no gun, not no fucking nuclear missile. No, truth. Right. That's the one weapon that's going to destroy you.
So his power lies in his deception.
In his
That's
deception.
Why he's known as a devil.
That's why he's known as the devil.
Yeah, well, that's why they thrive on secrecy.
They thrive on lies, illusion. Why do you think Hollywood is so popular? That's the factory of illusion, man. That's what they manufacture in Hollywood, illusion. Go ahead, brother.
It says,
Oh, I'm sorry. You said, yeah, go ahead.
Psalm 60:4. Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth.
Now, that's the banner. Well, since you mentioned banner, Isaiah, what is that? Isaiah 13:1. Now we're delivering the banner via the video, but we're going to deliver it to you face to face. I believe through the spirit and power of Yahawashi, we're going to approach you face to face, man. I'm talking about you banking families, so we can curse your ass out.
Isaiah 13:1.
And all your military, all your bodyguards won't be able to stop us, man. That's where that power comes in. Just like in the movie V, when he broke in and he had that power and he barricaded himself and he delivered his message. That was fun, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift up a banner upon the high mountain.
That's what we're doing now. Through these videos. Through being out here on the street, we're lifting up the banner. The banner is this word, this truth. All right, go ahead.
Exalt the voice unto them.
And we're exalting our voice. That's why earlier you heard Apostle Elder Tahar, he kept saying, raise your voice up. Raise your voice up. We're exalting our voice. Because we got something to say. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Shake the head.
We shake our hands.
That they may go.
Telling you off. The main people we're telling you off is our people. Yeah, we get on our people hard, man, because they're rebellious. They're stiff-necked, they're hard-headed. But we also get on the so-called white people. Because you're the devil. You get with your banking families. And we know about their skullduggery. We know about their wickedness. And we're exposing it. Right? Go ahead.
Shake the head that they may go into the gates of the noble.
And finally, you're going to be forced to deal with us. That's what it means that they may go to the gates of the nobles. You're going to be forced to deal with us, banking families. Right now, you look at us as a nuisance, but you're going to be forced to deal with us. Because the Lord is raising us up, man. The Lord is making, like Elder Apostle Tahar mentioned about the fame, that fame is slowly coming. Slowly but surely. And it's through YouTube and other mediums.
Hey, I want you to go to the scripture, man. Now, I went to Psalms 105:15, but then you know how you go up a verse?
Yeah.
And you got to start from the top.
Hey, brother.
And the key point that I wanted was in the 15th verse, but you got to start from the top.
Get all that meat off that bone.
Get all the meat off that bone. Hey, them Psalms, you got to get into them Psalms, man. Them Psalms and them other books, like the acronym Tanakh. Y'all know what the word, you know what it means by Tanakh, right? What does Tanakh represent?
Prophets and the writings.
Right. There's three things. It's an acronym. The T, the N, and the K, which is the Thawara, and then you got the Nabayam, which are the prophets, and then you got Kathabium, which are the writings. The writings is Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and so forth. You know. But anyway, you got to read them Psalms and Proverbs. But go ahead and read that. Because you was mentioning about polite with the Bloods and the Crips and the white man won't get us and all that. Well, the Most High gave us a job. The Most High is the power of the universe.
That's right.
You mean to tell me if he tells us to do something, The only way we get got is if the Most High allows us to get got.
Yeah.
If the Most High don't want us to get got, we ain't gonna get got. Period.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Doc. Read that.
Psalms 105:1.
Like somebody who made this statement about when we got on them guys about going out, not going out in the wintertime, and I think one of them made a video or said something. I think it was maybe Baloo. He said that guys, if they go out in the wintertime, or somebody said the year before that I got a cold or a flu or some shit. Somebody said that. If they didn't say it, the spirit was in the air. Their thing was, I'll go out, but you might catch a cold, man. Look, 2 years ago, we caught the H1N1, man.
Oh yeah.
And I felt like I was going to drop dead. And the Most High built us right back up, man. We didn't say, well, look, we ain't going out no more in the wintertime. Or when it's too cold. All right? Most High going to protect us. The Most High told us to go out, be instant, in season, out of season, man. He didn't say, if it's too cold, you might catch a cold, you might get the pneumonia, don't go out. You know, use your better judgment. No, the Most High didn't say that, man. Matter of fact, it was Paul that said it through the spirit of the Most High.
Present your body a living sacrifice.
Present your body as a living sacrifice. What does a sacrifice do? They give up the spirit.
Right.
They give their life up, man. What you clowns ain't doing, man.
Yeah, because we figured out we never really lived. We don't have a life.
Hey,
This ain't living.
the Most High is not impressed with your color coordinated garments, Nate. He ain't impressed at the fact that you went down to Florida and rented out a fucking hotel. That's why you got so many people following you now. Well, Isaiah, smooth things.
Yeah.
Hold that on deck.
Right.
Yep. But hold that on deck. We're gonna go into this first. See them guys are flocking to Nate because they see the garments, they see the order, all right, and they think that's the. And they well, when you see order, you see money, all right.
Yeah, that Passover had to have cost a pretty penny.
That costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm sure Nate made a whole lot of money on it.
Oh, you made a whole lot of money on the back end. You damn right, man.
That's his main motivation. Go on.
Psalms 105 verse 1. Oh, give thanks unto Yahawah, call upon his name.
Not Christ. That's another cut for you, Nate. And all you fucking stupid ass zombies that follow his ways, you're going to get the same punishment that he's going to get. If you don't come out of that bitch.
Absolutely.
And you window shopping, you better bust that window in and take what's yours. Go ahead, Doc. Read that from the top.
Hey,
Go ahead.
call upon his name. If you don't know his name, how are you going to do that? Go ahead.
Oh, give thanks unto Yahawah, call upon his name.
Wait a minute. If you give thanks, you got to give thanks in a certain name. You can't just give thanks just to be giving thanks. You got to have a name to give thanks to. Go ahead.
Make known his deeds among the people.
Right.
Sing unto him, sing songs unto him, talk ye of all his wondrous works.
That ain't talking about in those churches singing those stupid ass songs. I'm coming up the rough side of the mountain. That ain't talking about that, man. When we singing a song, means singing this knowledge, teaching this knowledge. That's the song the Lord want to hear. You don't want to hear no goddamn coming up the rough side of the mountain. Or Mahalia Jackson.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Mahalia Jackson's hits.
And she died of, I guess, diabetes or something, heart attack.
Average death.
Most of them famous Jakes,
Yeah.
they died by diabetes, heart failure,
Yep.
hypertension, you know, all that, man.
And the reason why you die like that because you don't follow the dietary law of the Heavenly Father.
Well, it's all diet related, man.
Yeah, you eat pork, which the Heavenly Father told you not to eat it. So that's why you get diabetes.
They get a lot of gluten in their system, man. A lot of carbs.
Go ahead, brother.
Glory ye in his holy name.
Oh man, glory ye in his holy name.
Is his holy name Christ?
I was just gonna say.
Huh? Is his holy name Jesus? Is his holy name Yahweh?
There's nothing holy about it.
Is his holy name Yahawah? Huh? Is his holy name the Tetragrammaton?
The brother clearly read glory ye in his holy name. What do you IUIC clowns got to say about that?
No, they got a new thing. If you're saying the true name of the Most High too much, that's you being wicked. That's the new thing. We're being wicked because we're calling on the true name too goddamn much.
Yeah, well, like my man said, we say Yahawah because it makes our teeth white. He said, I say the word nigger because it makes my teeth white. All right, go ahead.
Glory in His holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek Yahawah Seek Yahawah and His strength. Seek His face evermore.
Yeah, and His strength. Meaning that's why the Lord called us as young men. You know, when we came in this truth, we were young men. As you can see back here, these brothers are young men. All right, because they have that strength. They got the strength.
Remember His marvelous works. Remember His marvelous works that He hath done. His wonders and the judgment of His mouth.
Yeah, that's why we always talk about Egypt, how the Lord destroyed the Egyptians in the Red Sea. That's remembering His marvelous works.
That's right.
Go ahead.
O ye seed of Abraham, His servant, the children of Jacob, His children.
Not come this way, boy.
He is the Lord our power.
Witnesses.
His judgments are in all the earth. He hath remembered His covenant forever, the word which He commanded to 1,000 generations.
This guy right here?
Which covenant He made with Abraham and His covenant to Isaac.
Yeah, that covenant is an example of that is circumcision, which that's another thing we teach. When you come in this truth, if you're not circumcised, if you don't know about circumcision, just Google it, all right? If you're not circumcised, you're supposed to get circumcised when you come into this truth. After a while, as it is written, let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. When you're persuaded that this is the truth, if you're not circumcised, you're supposed to get circumcised. That's a covenant that the Heavenly Father gave our forefather Abraham. All right? So that's part of, they don't teach that in the so-called churches. Because the so-called Jews that own the society, they try to dissuade you so-called Negroes from getting circumcised. Because they know that you're the real Israelites.
Or saying the true name of the Lord. What church? Name me one church that calls on the true name of the Lord.
Right.
Name me one.
And all these churches are owned by the bankers. As a matter of fact,
including Nate's church.
Right, including Nate's church. It was John Todd. He said he sat down for hours trying to think of a church he could go to and repent.
That didn't get paid off.
Hours.
And the church he went to got paid off.
Yeah.
Because he said he could have got killed if he went to the wrong one.
Hours, man. He sat for hours trying to think of a church that was not paid off by the Illuminati. And even us, when we had the school in 1 West 125th Street, through Elder, I wasn't there, but I heard it secondhand from Elder Yahawah. They constantly, when he used to teach, Elder Yahawah used to constantly say that he had other groups trying to buy the school off. He talked about.
Well, they did have a meeting. They had the meeting.
He talked about one guy that came. He had a ponytail. He had a suitcase. He opened up this.
A Jake, and the Edomite.
Yeah.
I remember the Jake, but I didn't see the Edomite.
Yeah.
There was one time where the Jake used to come by itself.
Yeah.
But there was the Edomite and the Jake. Then we would set up the school on 126. Remember that Jake? He was trying to sell that, give us that thing, scratch and give.
Right.
He was one of them, man.
Okay.
You know.
Then they made a statement. They said, "You see all these churches? We own all these churches." They were from the group called the Rawchaa Christians. Okay. And he said, "We own all these churches." So you can't tell us that these so-called churches out there are not bought and paid for. Plus, if you look at their symbols, you know they're bought and paid for. You see the cross and the crown, which is a Masonic symbol.
That church down there, the AME church down south, that was that symbol there. You got the crown with the cross in it. That's the 33 degree of Scottish Rite Masonry, man.
Yeah, that's right. How many of you so-called Negroes know that? How many of your tribes know that? Your churches have been bought and paid for, man. That's why they're not going to tell you the truth.
Yeah, well, that was a job of the Jesuits when they first came over here, the infiltration of all these religions.
Yeah, temporal powers.
You know, with the apostolic succession for the religion. The
temporal powers for the governments.
For the governments, yeah.
So you've been infiltrated, all right? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Verse 10.
You had a precept?
And confirm the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant. Saying unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance.
And that's our land, not no goddamn Africa. Alright? The land of Canaan, which is known as Israel, that's our land. That's your land. So-called Negro, so-called black man, so-called West Indian, so-called Puerto Rican, Haitian, Mexican. That's your land. Every nation got to have a land, man. You don't even think about that. You don't even think about what you think your land is Puerto Rico or some island in the sun somewhere, which that island has been taken over by the so-called white man. The reason why Puerto Ricans are suffering is because the so-called white man took over that island and plundered and pillaged it, man. And that goes for all the other islands in the Caribbean. The reason why you left the Caribbean and came up here to America is because your own land is suffering
Puerto Rico's an
underneath
oxymoron.
the oppressive regime of the so-called white man.
Yep.
All right, that's why you left St. Lucia or,
that's not exactly
Dominica
oxymoron would be like
Jamaica or Cuba or Trinidad and Tobago and came up
jumbo
here
shrimp,
because in those islands you're being oppressed by the
army
so-called white
intelligence.
man. All right, that's the truth.
The little big man.
Yeah, okay.
When they
Opposites.
few men and few and strangers in it. When they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong.
He suffered no man to do them wrong. That's talking about his prophets. So we don't fear no polite or delite or uptight or any kind of ite, right? Man, we used to have a school in Bridgeport, Connecticut. They used to call the school right after our shows aired on cable. Hey, you niggas, we gonna blow up the school, niggas. Which was probably the cop, salami and bacon niggas. It was probably cops doing that. You know, trying to.
But a couple of times they would call and I would answer the phone and I would actually talk to the guy.
Yeah.
The guy, the main guy. I would actually talk to him. He knew my voice and everything, man.
Right.
And we would talk, and then we would record all the messages, and then when we had nothing better to do, we would listen and laugh, man.
That was the point I was going to make. That was the point. We weren't. Look, when they were calling the school threatening us, we weren't taking that shit serious because we knew there was a greater purpose for us being there. And then some of those threats sounded kind of credible. We're gonna blow your school.
But whether they was or not,
it
doesn't matter.
That's the
doesn't
point.
matter, man.
That's the point.
That's not even the right.
That's the point. It didn't matter to us. That is the point. Now,
because we believe, man. See, unlike Nate, the reason why you became a cop in the year 2000, notice it was right after the year 2000, because you were working at Bunny's, and we saw him that day. Remember we went 1 week, he was talking all kind of shit, proud. Then the next week, do you know we set up a camp? We had the camp on 34th Street. There was, what, about 5 of us? Maybe 3 of us. We drove the car down to right where Nate was working, and that was called the Nate camp, man, right at Bunny's. Remember we used to speak on Delancey? Right down the street, but the Bunny's not there no more. And he was a security guard. So the second time we went out there, man, he wasn't there. We thought he took the day off. And then when it was time for him to leave at about 8 o'clock, you said, there he is. He's hiding behind that thing. Then he came out. No, he came. No. The nigga came out, right? Yeah, he came out of Bunny's, right? And then he tried to act like he ignored us. And then you followed him. And then you said, asked her what happened to him. Emailed me about the missile. And normally, he was supposed to walk that way because the train goes that way. He was trying to get out of town quick, man.
Yeah, remember that, Nate?
And that's when you became a cop.
That's right.
You thought the missiles were going to come, you'd be all right. The missiles didn't come, you said, let me be a fucking cop. Because you lack faith.
Hey, you know what's funny? We put that video up and he had it taken down.
Oh yeah, years later on YouTube. We put that video up and he had that shit taken down like the next day.
Right.
That show you he got connection, man.
Show you. Even back then.
You know, because our thing is we're not here to lie. We're here to tell you the truth. And if we have the proof, we're gonna show you.
Hey, we get no profit from lying, man. Like I said about lying, when you lie, you have to remember that lie so you can tell another lie. Fuck all that. Tell the truth and the transaction is over, right?
Over the tangle where we
at first we practice to deceive. We're not trying to weave any tangled webs out here, right?
That was William Tisdale, I believe it was.
Because you put the quote up there.
Walter Scott.
So Walter Scott,
So I said it was Shakespeare, but I was wrong. It's Sir Walter Scott.
But they said that that's a commonly mistaken quote given to Shakespeare instead of Sir Walter Scott.
See? I admit I was wrong, okay? Because it's about telling the truth, man. Go ahead.
He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yeah, he reproved kings for their sakes.
Yeah, he reproved kings for their sakes. The king right now is the Rawchaas, man. Rockefellers. They're the kings of this earth. Right?
Obama's a king.
Obama's also a king.
Lower level king.
He's the king of America right now. And we reprove Obama because Obama's a flaming homosexual, right? That's what he is, among other things. He's a Hamite, a flaming homosexual, a liar, the devil, all right? He's a member of, a member of the Wicked Council, the Council of the Wicked.
And he's going into slavery too.
And he's going into slavery too, all right? Go ahead, brother. He reproved, read that part again.
Psalms chapter 105 verse 14. He suffered no man to do them wrong.
So no man can't do us any wrong. And if they do us wrong, it was sanctioned by Yahawashi. All right?
Go ahead.
As a matter of fact, it was Yahawashi that said the sparrow don't fall to the ground unless the Heavenly Father sanctioned it. That's what Yahawashi said. And then he said, fear ye not, for you are more valuable than many sparrows.
Yep.
Okay? So think about that. A sparrow doesn't fall to the ground unless the Father sanctions it. We're worth more than many sparrows. Right? Go ahead.
He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
A good example of that was Abraham and his wife.
That's right.
What was the king's name? Was it Abimelech? Right. In other words, the king came, the Most High came to the king and said, look, you better not touch his wife. And then he said, why didn't you say that was your wife? Because he explained to him that the Lord came to him and told him, look, I'm going to kill you.
Another example is an angel.
And Amen Ra intervened.
That's right.
Because there's no such thing as Amen Ra.
It doesn't exist.
He's just a demon under the Most High, man.
That's right. Yeah, another example is our forefather Peter. When he was thrown in jail, an angel delivered him and sprang him out of jail. And the angel led him all the way to the gates of the city, and he was able to escape. All right, and we're coming into that time again, when the Heavenly Father will let's bring that out. The angels of the Lord encamp. The angels of the Lord, they got a job to do too. The days are coming when all hell is going to break loose, and we're going to need that divine protection from Yahawashi. We're going to need that protection.
Right? It's all right.
Thank you.
Psalms
Go ahead.
chapter 34 verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him to deliver them.
Yeah, like right now, the angels of the Lord are around us right now. That's why people, they'll be walking all carefree and casual, and as soon as they see us, they get I've seen it out here. They get that look on their face. They straighten up. They try to have a serious look because the holy presence of the Lord Yahawashi is right around right now.
And the children, you see the children?
Oh yeah.
They'll be looking at us.
Yep.
You know,
There's something.
It'll be like there'll be like a baby in a carriage, or maybe like a 3-4-year-old walking, and they'll look at her. You know.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Because not too long ago they were in the spirit world, and they saw how the angels really looked.
That's right. That's
That
right.
they were so-called black men.
Hey, this is the bottom line. This is a spiritual thing, man.
That's right.
And then you know what? All them different groups, Johanna and Nate and all of them, and HODC, all them different groups, man, they know who the true men of the Lord are, man. They know that, man. We're doing exactly what the true men of the Lord did. And there was a movie called Ghost Dog. Remember that movie? Y'all saw that movie, Ghost Dog? You gotta see, brother, you gotta see that. That's a bad movie, man. Well, if I remember, I'll find it, I'll make you a copy of it. Anyway, this guy, Forrest Whitaker, he actually became he was like a hitman, but he did it based upon this book. What was the name of the book? No, it wasn't Sansu.
Oh no, I'm sorry, the Hagakure.
The Hagakure, yeah, you remember that. And then basically he read the book and it showed him how to be a samurai, but he was a samurai, but he was using like modern weapons. And the dude was getting down, man. And he did everything according to that book. You know? So the same thing with us. We're doing everything according to the book.
He was low key. He wasn't.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
For popularity.
Yep. And then when Jake saw him, like the scene with this guy RZA, they bowed to him, you know.
Yep.
Ghost Dog, you know.
And there wasn't much small talk.
That's right. That's right.
very brief.
That's right. That's right.
They reference him. He only had one friend, that one guy in the high school.
Right. Yep. Which was a Levite. Was a Levite playing chess, man. Yep.
Yeah, his best friend spoke a language he didn't even understand.
Yep, but they understood each other.
But they understood each other in the spirit. So that movie is deep. Well, the guy who produced it, he's kind of a deep dude.
Yeah, well, he's an Edomite, but he might be a J.
Yeah, he's kind of astute. I forgot his name. Jim Jarouche. Jim Jarouche.
Damn, you know everything, brother.
Oh no, well names.
Names is your thing. Names is your thing.
Hey, names
and old songs.
Yeah. But the most important name is Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. That's the name. Go ahead, brother.
Second song.
Hey, you gotta have fun with it. You can't look, man. We catch hell all week. This is like a release to us, man.
Yeah.
And some days at the job, you're ready to pull your hair.
You're ready to break
You're
stuff.
looking at the times like, dang, it's only 2 o'clock, it's only 1 o'clock.
Doing the same monotonous, stupid ass work.
Bullshit.
That's why you got to be a truck driver. The day go quick.
Every day's an adventure. Go ahead, brother.
Psalms 105 and 16. Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He brake the whole staff of bread. He sent the man before them.
Oh, let's read that again, please. Read that again.
Verse 16. Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He brake the whole staff of bread.
Now, the famine of the land is actually going to happen in this country, man. But it says, somebody please get me Isaiah 65, start from 9.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter.
Because you're going to have guys that's going to try to stack up rice and, canned goods and shit like that. We don't got to worry. We don't, doomsday package, whatever they call it. Bug out bags. We ain't worrying about that shit, man.
You know? They want to stack guns.
Yep.
Ammunition.
Ammunition.
This is Isaiah 65 and 9. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains. And mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there.
Yeah, that seed, that was Yahawashi, dealing with Yahawashi, which he was definitely an inheritor of the Lord's mountain.
And we inheritors too. Romans 8, we inherited what do you call it? Co-heirs. Yeah, joint heirs.
So what Yahawashi receives,
we're going to receive.
We believe we're going to receive. And that's faith. That's all faith. All right, go ahead.
And Sharon shall be a fold of flocks, and the valley of Achor a place for the herds to lie down in, for my people that have sought it.
Yeah, right now over there in Israel, some call the kibbutz. They gotta import stuff in. So much for them being because the land is cursed because they're not the rightful people that belong in that land. If they're the people of the Heavenly Father in the land of Israel, why do you have a kibbutz? Huh?
Lord ain't blessing that land.
Why does the land look like a fucking desert?
And basically, the state of Israel is a welfare state.
Yeah, it's a welfare state.
The U.S. has to send billions of dollars to them every year, man.
Every year.
They had to build up that damn army.
Yeah,
the military.
So if they're so blessed, which the prophecy says that the land of Israel will be blessed, why is that not happening to them? Because they're not the people of that land. They're not the real Israelites of that land. That's why. You so-called Negroes, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, etc. You
know what they're trying to say? Even that knucklehead, what's the guy that made the movie, The Late Great Planet Earth? What's his name? Hal Lindsey.
Yeah,
he's trying to justify that those are the Israelites that went back and fulfilled the prophecy of the Israelites going back to the land of Israel, man. That's bullshit, man. Because they wouldn't need to be taken care of by the United States.
Right.
That place they wouldn't have a kibbutz, and they wouldn't need billions of dollars in aid from the United States, man.
Yeah, and the land would flourish.
Or
it would be like the Garden of Eden. That's what the prophecy says. When the real Israelites return back to the land, it's going to be like the Garden of Eden. So what happened? Go ahead, brother.
This is verse 11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, and prepare a table for that troop.
Well, Nate is a good example of that. He forgot the Lord's holy mountain, even though they call themselves Israelites. But the Lord's holy mountain is his name too, his name, and his son's name. Nate forgot that. Go ahead, brother.
That prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number.
Yeah, another good example is that 501c3. When you partake of that, you're preparing a table for that troop. there's laws in the government says that you don't have to get a 501c3 to operate a church. But you got it, Nate, because you wanted to maximize your profits. Because really, secretly, the so-called white man is your God. That's why you call him Christ. Right? Yeah, look at that.
This is Jeremiah 3 and 23. Truly in vain the salvation hoped for from the hills and from multitude of mountains.
Yeah, like trusting in the so-called white man's government. Trusting in the American dream. Which, like the guy said, George Carlin, you have to be asleep to believe it. That's true. If you're going to believe in a dream, you have to be asleep to believe it. The American dream. It's nothing but an American nightmare. Go ahead.
Truly, the Lord our power is the salvation of Israel.
That's it. Salvation of Israel.
All right, back in Isaiah 65 and 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword.
And that's, well, symbol of Jade Helm. Now you was telling me, now's your chance. Now's your shot.
I was telling all this.
I'm not erasing for you.
I was telling the apostle that I ran into a video on YouTube going into the Jade Helm logo. The logo, it consists of arrows. I forget exactly what the arrow represent. I got it on my favorites. I got to check back. But the sword pointing upwards represents a king ruling through stealth.
Ruling through the sword, which represents bloodshed, killing. That's why the symbol of Jade Helm is that sword. That's the beginning of the military coming together to kill you. Kill you tribes, man. Destroy you.
And the clog on the symbol is transparent. And the clog, I believe back in the 1800s, the Dutch would take the clogs and they would throw them into machines to sabotage it. So they was calling the clogs sabots. That's where you get sabotage from. So it's the king sabotaging, ruling through stealth, or ruling through sabotage. That's basically what the United States government is doing. That's why they're shutting down all of the Walmarts across the country.
That's why they're going to break into your houses. Like it says, we got to bring that out in your pocketbook. They're going to throw you out of your houses. I'm talking about your tribes. All right, they're going to rape your women. They're going to rape your children too. These are sadistic people, man. These are sick, sadistic people that have only one thing in mind, and that's destruction, mayhem, chaos. They got the right kind of individuals for that Jade Helm exercise. These are soulless individuals. All right? Go ahead, Billy.
2nd Esdras 15 and 14.
And the symbol, like the brother just explained to you, the symbol illustrates that. That's why you have the clog. That's why you have the arrows. That's why you have the sword pointed up. The symbol of Jade Helm. Go ahead.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
And again, like I said, on the emblem of Jade Helm, you see there's a sword there. Go ahead.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
One people shall stand up to fight against another. That's the military force going against the people. But some of the people have guns too. And there's gonna be a civil war. That's what you call a civil war. There's going to be a race war, and there's going to be a civil war.
Well, that's why they're trying to take the guns away from the people, so that the people don't stand a chance to fight back. You know, because they don't want casualties on their end; they want casualties on the people's end, on the masses of the people.
Well, John Todd brought that out way back in 1978. He said the reason the elites haven't moved on the people is because they got to take away their guns. That's what he said. John Todd said.
This guy Charles Manson.
Yeah.
I mean, because Charles Manson was the one that set off what they call helter skelter, you know, and go around pretty much killing people. But they said they're not going to make a move until they take the guns away from the people.
And that's what you're seeing with all these cops accosting the people.
They're having a hard time doing it, man, because a lot of these, especially with these Bible Belt people, Edomites, which a lot of them are Jake, down in the South. That's why you think they chose the Jade Helm 15 exercise to be in those states, mainly Texas. What was it? Texas, Colorado, Utah, New Mexico. But Texas, man, they're known for open carry.
That's right.
They're known for their so-called, rock rib American, red-blooded American, patriotic Americans, man.
Yeah, most of the military most of the military, the American military, are boys from down south, such as states like Oklahoma, Texas.
What's the guy, Chris Kyle? He from Texas, man. Why was he such a great
Marksman?
was he a marksman or expert? What's the highest?
Expert.
He was a master. Why? Because they show you in the movie that he was shooting deers. They give you a starter gun, a rifle, when you're like 5 years old, man.
Yeah.
The men and the women.
Oh, another.
So that stuff, when he went to the army to learn how to shoot, he already knew how to fucking shoot, man.
Or the back of the elder, Charles H. Whitman. He was from Texas.
He's from Texas, and he was a Marine.
He was a Marine.
You know?
And all those people he killed from the Texas Tower, they said one shot from 500 yards away killed a woman and an unborn child.
When you're doing something, when you do something since you were a kid, from 5 years old, 4 years old, up into a grown man, you a master at it, man.
That's
And
right.
let's look at Mayweather. Mayweather is so good and was able to do what he did and beating all these people and being undefeated, almost 50 fights, is because they got pictures of him when he's like 3 years old with boxing gloves on, man.
That's right.
You become an expert at that shit, you know?
And the so-called white man's an expert at shooting because it goes back to the spirit. That was his weapon. That was his blessing. And our forefather Isaac.
From Yahawashi.
Right. That blessed him.
Yahawashi gave him that
You
blessing.
niggas, you can't shoot, man. You niggas, you
Oh, niggas shoot. That's why a little baby gets shot.
straight
You know,
words.
nigga try to shoot another nigga, a baby in the second floor, window gets shot, because you niggas can't shoot, man.
can't shoot. So you know match to the so-called white man when it comes to weapons, right? That's why a lot of you. That's one of the reasons a lot of you going to perish.
And that's why the
A lot of
Bloods
you
and the
killed.
Crips haven't did nothing to no. Name me one time where the Bloods and the Crips killed the cop, and they made a video on it. Yeah, we killed that motherfucker. Do you know they're around all you Blood, and they know where you at. They know where the hell you live. They know where you hang out at, man. They know what you look like. They already got you on record, man.
You know what?
There's nothing that they can hide from me. Esau got the record on all of us.
That's right. You just control opposition. That's all you are. You Bloods and Crips. The government set you up. You know that. Go ahead.
2 Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Invading one another. A good example is those military groups that going to get together in that Jade Helm exercise. That's why they're getting together to do that exercise. To plan to invade the cities, to invade you people, to come into your homes, to take you away, to bring you to those camps, those concentration camps, those internment centers, those containment centers. Go ahead, Desmond.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Yeah, the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And the scriptures say they're going to move viciously. It says the devil shall come down with great wrath, knowing that he hath but a short time. A short time to do what? To institute that so-called New World Order. Because that's what the so-called New World Order is all about.
Part of the New World Order is to kill off 6.5 billion people.
That's right.
The New World Order goes hand in hand with the
Georgia guys.
the Georgia Guidestones.
That's right.
Mr. R.C. Christensen. Christian.
Yeah, go ahead, bring that. Yeah.
So Revelation is 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down to you, having great wrath.
Yeah, an example of that is these different military groups. Right? Like I said, an example is Jade Helm. They're getting together to put that ultimate weapon, that ultimate force to put you down, put your tribes down. You're the main enemy in their crosshairs, your tribes. When I say you tribes, I'm talking about you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, etc. Haitians that dwell right here in America. Go ahead.
It says, because he knoweth that he has but a short time.
Yeah, short time, because he has an agenda. That so-called New World Order. He wants to institute that agenda. And basically, the Rothschilds, they want everybody chipped. That's part of their agenda. All right, we were listening earlier to Aaron Russo. Aaron Russo brought that out. That's one of the reasons we believe they killed him. Makes sense. Because he brought out the conversation he had with Nick Rockefeller. All of a sudden now on the internet, you type in Nick Rockefeller, they say he never existed.
Never existed, yeah. But what did he ran? What he ran to be a governor in Nevada? Was it?
No, I think that was Aaron Russo running for governor.
Okay. I got to listen. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Okay.
listen to it
Yeah.
today.
I got to hear it again.
We listened to it today.
Yeah, and Aaron Russo said basically that the predecessor will be the card with the chip in it, but you can make an excuse. You can say I lost my card or blah blah blah. You can get around the card. And his paraphrasing his words, he said you can get around the card, but he said if they were to put a chip inside of you, you can't get around that. That's the ultimate form of control. So it goes far beyond that shit Nate said. An RFID chip is to track. Where's my dog? Where's my...
That dude's an idiot, man. Hey, but you know what? You really can't get mad at Nate because Nate got paid a lot of money to teach the shit that he's teaching. There's some fucking zombies, man. Those are the real dummies.
Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Yeah, one of the reasons is you're going to have military checkpoints. The cities are going to be cordoned off. You know what a traffic stop is? When you're driving, all of a sudden you see these long line of cars and they're being stopped by the cops. That's conditioning for a military checkpoint. They're just using the ruse of a seatbelt. They're using that as a ruse. That's really conditioning.
Or you might be drunk.
Right.
Like on New Year's Eve or even tonight, man. You know?
They're getting you conditioned to accept what is coming, which is military checkpoints.
Or just that situation with the breakouts with them two convicts. They set up checkpoints in different states, and you had to stop, and they had armed guards. They pulled you out your car, check your trunk. Now it's all just to practice, like you said, get you ready, condition to accept military in rural areas. But the Boston bombing, they had tanks, they had big military vehicles going up and down regular Edomite neighborhoods.
What is that? What they call those neighborhoods? Residential neighborhoods. What the hell is a tank doing in a residential neighborhood? Who the hell would be threatening a tank? The tank was a show of force. It was a show of power. It was a declaration of war. Okay?
Yeah, the governor of that state, he said, I forget the exact words, but he didn't say, like, look, the military's going to come to your houses and check you. I forget the hell what he said, but he didn't give that order. They just went ahead and did it, man. And they did it based upon intimidation. When they banged on the door and they said, look, we're coming in. Get outside. We're checking your house to see if the guy like you're going to hide a terrorist in your house.
Exactly.
That was all bullshit, man.
All bullshit. And then there's a directive that allows Obama to use lethal force against you so-called Americans. I forgot the number of that directive, but it's on the books, man. Which goes back to the scripture, woe unto thee that decree unrighteous decrees. That's these elites, man. We can get into that after this scripture.
You know what? These simple ass niggas, they actually think that Barack Obama's okay, and when all hell breaks loose, they thinking that he gonna come save the day. So we can't worry about them niggas, man.
That's right.
We can't worry about the 2/3. The hell with them. I'm not thinking about them, man. I'm not praying for you. Well, I am praying for you. I pray that something bad happens to you.
Yeah.
The only ones I'm praying for, as far as blessings is concerned, is a 1/3, is the elect, man. I'm not concerned about you 2/3. You ain't gonna make it. So basically, fuck you.
Basically.
Yahawashi, John 17:9. He said, I pray for them, I pray not
for the world. Yep.
When he said the world, he's talking about the 2/3 of Israel.
Yep.
See?
Yeah. That's right.
Psalm 60 and 11. Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of men. Psalm 60 and 11. Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man.
Yeah, like I said, there's going to have to be a supernatural force to protect us. And, there's evidence of that in the history and the scriptures. Like I said, I mentioned the Apostle Peter. Our angel actually came to him and delivered him from prison. So we're going to need that force, that spiritual force that the Lord, the divine intervention, if you will. All right? Because shit is going to get so wild out here. And guess what? We're going to be left right in it. We're going to be right in the shitstorm. All right? Praying for deliverance. It's going to get wild out here, man. All right? Go ahead, bro.
Through Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, we shall do valiantly.
We shall do valiantly. Go on.
For he it is that shall tread down our enemies.
Yeah. So that's why we don't stock guns. That's why we're not doomsday preppers. And we don't stock guns. Okay?
We stock faith.
What was this Edomite? But he could have been a Jake. He had that show on YouTube. He had a daughter. What's the dude? The hippie looking dude. Remember him? And he knew about us because I used to come on the comment board. And he used to delete.
Doc. Come on, Doc.
Yeah, Doc. And he was getting all prepped up and everything.
Yeah.
Then he found out one day he had cancer. Then he just disappeared, man.
Yeah.
Then he just disappeared. He fell apart, man.
Yeah, because he has no faith.
Because we were getting on his comment board so much, he knew it was us. And he said, I'm not worried about you damn Israelites, man.
Yeah.
We don't know where he could be dead, man.
Yeah, he could be dead.
He was all pumped up until he got that damn cancer.
Yo, my Apostle Tar, you know Nate now is teaching that you gotta have faith. He got a video, it's called written plain upon tables. And he says, yeah, you gotta have faith, but you gotta have the works. I mean, you gotta have the works also.
Was
so
he the one that scoffed at the concept of faith?
So now he's teaching.
No, he doesn't know. He always had faith. Faith in the white man.
Yeah, well, that's
faith
we got to
in-
question what kind of faith Nate is talking
Yeah,
about.
he's talking about faith in the devil.
He ain't talking about faith in Yahawah.
Yeah, but he watches that. Look, he actually said that. He
Yeah.
told Record that. He told Apostle Record that. I watch all of your videos.
Right.
And you gonna watch this one?
In the beginning of that video, in big letters, it says, attention, Nate does not have Parkinson's disease. So I guess they've been fucking with him about that.
But he does have a disease. It's called not knowing the scriptures.
Yeah, disease in his mind. He has a worse disease. Disease
He
in his
has the
mind.
worst disease. Disease of not knowing the truth. Go on. Or giving up the truth for filthy lucre.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So we're not doomsday preppers when we're stocking up on guns.
Yeah.
It's Proverbs 21 and 31. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord.
Yeah, the Lord said, now we were going to read that in Isaiah, the Lord said, when those days happen, my servant shall eat. You know why? Because all those doomsday preppers, the Most High going to push them out of the way, and the Lord is going to set it up for us to get what they have stored up.
You say a destruction and famine, we're going to be laughing.
Yeah, because we're going to eat. Because the Lord got those doomsday preppers prepping for us. Not for them. They ain't going to enjoy it. We're going to enjoy it. All right? Yeah, bring it up.
Psalms 59 and 15. Let them wander up and down for meat and grudge if they be not satisfied. It says, but I will sing of thy power, yea, I will sing aloud of thy mercy in the morning, for thou hast been my defense and refuge in the day of my trouble.
Yeah, this is our defense. All right? Knowing this truth. The name of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. That's our defense. Okay.
Isaiah 65 and 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and you shall all bow down to the slaughter.
Yeah, like I said, all these different military groups, they represent that slaughter. And they ain't gonna tickle you with that gun, man. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna shoot you down, man.
Stab, not tickle.
Yeah, they're not gonna tickle you with those. And they got some serious weapons, man.
Well, they had that. Remember, we did a thing on I forget the law. I forget the title that it was under some type of law statute, where they were handing out bayonets.
Right.
Remember, we did a show on that.
Yeah.
It was under some type of law.
That's right.
Hey, cause why waste a bullet if you can stab somebody, man?
The sheer trauma, the sheer fear of them massing against you, that's gonna get you. You're gonna be like that proverbial deer in the headlights, because you won't believe it, man. I can't believe the white man's doing this thing.
Hey, all these little incidents, the thing in Boston, the thing out there in Missouri, all these little these instances where these jakes are coming out looting stores and throwing like they got video out there in Boston. Was that in Boston? Was that Boston? That the guy that Freddie Gray, Baltimore. I'm saying Baltimore. I'm sorry. They had the cops come out and they had their shields and their riot gear, but they were given the order to stand down. And you had jakes throwing rocks at him and all that, man. And some of them police officers or riot police were fleeing, man, because they didn't get the order. There's going to be a time where they're going to get the order, man. What they're going to do, a scenario is, I'll give you a scenario, is they're going to have a Jake that was set up, and he's really a cop, but he's dressed like he's a Jake, and all of a sudden he brings out a AR-15 and start blasting. What do you think the cop's going to do? They're going to open up, and then all hell's going to break loose. So when you see these riots and shit and these protests, if you're an Israelite and you walking up, don't be involved in that shit, man.
Stay away from it.
Stay away from that, man.
Yeah.
Because a lot of you simple niggas in Israel, you're going to get caught up in that bullshit, man.
Right. Like IUIC. Every time there's some riot or there's some police uprising, you're in the midst of it.
Yeah, it's not my concern to take a bus or a car and go down to where the fucking shit happened.
Yeah.
What is that going to do?
Bunch of clowns. Go ahead.
It says, because when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear. But did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power.
Yeah, like the black consciousness, so-called black consciousness movement. You choosing something the Most High don't delight in. And he's going to make it known, because a lot of these so-called black consciousness morons, you're going to be shot down by these different military groups. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power. Behold, my servants shall eat, but you shall be hungry.
Yeah, and a good scenario is the fact that all these doomsday preppers that live out in the suburbs, they're all prepping, they're getting those cans of food and all that. They're really getting that for us, whether they know it or not. That's how we're going to eat. All right? That's how we're going to eat. The Most High, Yahawashi, is going to make a way to survive in those times.
One word, faith.
One word, faith. And we don't worry about it. We don't even do shows. I'm telling you brothers, look, you brothers got to stack up on cans, get those at the good sale at A&P, at the can sale. Make sure you brothers get all them cans.
Yeah, the can sale.
Get them cans of food, because you're going to need it when all hell break loose. You ever see us? We don't teach that shit, because we have faith, man. You're going to eat. Go ahead, bro.
Behold, my servants shall drink, but you shall be thirsty.
Yeah, we're going to drink too. We're going to drink. You know those crackers, they buy that high-class water. Those doomsday preppers, they buy that high-class water. Unlike you niggas, they don't buy that generic shit. They buy the good shit. Hey, we did a job for a so-called Jew. What he had, you made mention of it. He had the... No. He had that what was it, that the food he had. And you said, and the Apostle Elder Ramab said, see, they get the good shit. There's a job we did for the so-called Jew. I know. I can't remember it either.
Oh, they did the Himalayan pink sauce. Yeah, Himalayan pink sauce.
And that shit is expensive.
Yeah, well, I got that.
Yeah. But the point is,
but I got it for medicinal to make tinctures and shit, you know.
But the point is, if we're doing a job at Tyrone's house in the ghetto, we wouldn't see no Himalayan pink sauce. You see, you see what you see is Morton's, a rusty can of Morton's iodine salt. That's what you would see, right? That cheap shit, that shit you buy for 99 cents. But the Edomite, he had the pink Himalayan.
Yeah, the Himalayan, what is it? Himalayan pink sea salt. It's about that, you know.
That's what he had.
And it costs about $4.
Yeah.
But I made it last. You just, you know.
It's a
Use experience.
Which a nigga ain't gonna spend that much. Man, I ain't spend that much for salt. I can go down to Charlie's groceries and get Morton salt for 99 cents.
Yeah, Morton salt. You can get it at the dollar store.
I can get it at the dollar store. Which is nothing but white chemical bullshit. Alright? Go ahead.
It says, behold, my servants shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed.
Yeah, we're going to rejoice. We ain't going to be sad when those days happen. When people start getting killed out here by the thousands, by the millions, we're going to be happy as hell, man. We're going to be ecstatic.
Who did that song? Nobody told me there'll be days like these.
John Lennon?
John Lennon.
Yeah.
And he said in the lyrics, he said, strange days indeed.
Strange days.
I don't know if he knew what he was singing about,
right,
but that's going to fit what we coming to, man.
Yeah, days indeed.
Strange days indeed. Strange days indeed.
Yeah, they said most peculiar, brother. Wow. Hey, well,
keep it to yourself, bro.
What if?
We need slaves. Man.
Yeah, we need slaves.
Can't make
John Lennon make a good slave. Go ahead, brother.
All right, behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart.
Go ahead.
You shall cry for sorrow of heart.
So right.
You shall cry for sorrow of heart. That's what's coming to America. Sorrow of heart. Sorrowful times. Bad times. Evil times. Destruction. Chaos. Mayhem. Bloodshed.
Mayhem.
All right?
That's on the
Go ahead, brother.
All-Star.
They shall howl for vexation of spirit.
Shall howl for
insurance
vexation.
company.
Hey, these people literally gonna howl. Just like the Egyptians.
Was that
The Egyptians, they howl.
Allstate. I said Allstate.
When the angel of
His
death
name is
came
Mayhem.
through Egypt, hey, the Egyptians, they were howling, man. They were screaming. And it tells you in the Apocrypha they were seeing apparitions, ghostly apparitions, and hearing noise of skipping beasts. And their
Lions roaring next to him.
Lions roaring next to
A
them.
flood wall on the side of him.
Waters
Things crashing.
The Most High was terrorizing them underneath that darkness. Those days of darkness that happened, you couldn't even see your hand in front of your face.
They said it was a darkness that you can feel.
you can
So all you niggas that's into that back to Africa and Kemetic, you were those guys. You were Dayton, Corey, and Abiram, and the rest of them guys that the Most High opened up the ground. No, go ahead. The Most High opened up the ground. The Most High opened up the ground and swallowed you in there, man. All you guys are marked. All you guys are marked.
That's right.
Yeah, and I looked up that word vexation. It says, and you shall howl for vexation of spirit. It comes from the Hebrew word shabar, which means to break.
Break. So the Lord's going to break you.
Because this calamity that's coming.
Well, that's that pride. Niggas that have pride, they're going to be broken, man.
Yep, because it said the lofty looks of man shall be humbled in that day. You know, because with the Lord's going, all these different instances that's going to happen, they're going to cause you to collapse and fall apart. Like, they'll show you movies where people will go through certain situations and certain hardships, and by the middle of the movie, the woman and the man, they're crying, they're all frantic, they don't know what to do, you know, because they done lost their wits about it. Because
Like the movie, that movie, add to what you're saying, that movie, The Road.
Yep.
The guy's wife lost it, man.
Oh, yeah. Right.
That backs up what you're saying.
Yeah. You know, so the things that are coming, they're going to come, and it's going to, because a lot of you people, you're not used to dealing with hardships. You know, when that time comes, it's going to be hard. You know, you ain't going to be able to, may not have a roof over your head. You may be out in the woods, cold, hungry, and you're going to lose your mind because you're not used to that. You're used to, if you get hungry, run down to the bodega or the deli or pizza shop or McDonald's. The Chinese restaurant.
Well, the people out there in Greece, they're feeling it right now, man. And, like you said, to break, there was this one incident where the older people, they're trying to get their pension money. The older Greeks. You may get it weekly or bi-weekly or whatever, bi-monthly or whatever. And there was this one older man, and I guess he was getting his pension money. How you doing? He was getting his pension money for his wife. So he went to one ATM and he couldn't get it. Then he went to another one. Then he went to the fourth one. Then he just gave up and he sat in the wall crying and shit, man.
See?
So he broke.
Yeah.
Vexation.
Yeah.
It tells you in the New Testament, men's heart failing them for fear of the things that are coming upon this earth.
Right.
And those are men, so how much more women? Which are naturally weaker than men.
Man, it's going to be beautiful, man. It's like almost overnight things are going to get back in order. You know? Like right now you got these women, you know, they'll jump all up in your face, talking all kind of shit. You know?
Oh, they're going to be hiding under couches and shit, man.
That's what
if they can get their fat ass under the couch.
Yeah. That's why it's good to say, rise up, you women that are at Eve. Because that time is coming where the Lord's going to break that pride. Because the women have been uplifted up on a pedestal in this society. And you're going to be brought down, you're going to be broken down and set back in your place. That's why the scriptures say, a man shall be more precious than fine gold.
It's funny when adversity comes, all of a sudden a woman remembers that she's a woman.
Yeah.
When adversity comes.
Oh, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. Get that? Why?
Yeah, because all that bravado you women are putting, that's all fake, man.
Hey, you know what? I'm sorry, brother. Sorry, Apostle.
No, hey, bro.
when you read that scripture, 7 women shall take hold of one man. If you can, read the 3rd chapter, the last couple of verses, because that's going to be a reason for the 7 women to take hold of one man, because a lot of these men out here are going to be dead. Because they're going to kill a lot of these men out here. A lot of these jakes you see out here, they're going to be dead, man.
A lot of these...
There'll be few men left on the earth.
That's right.
A lot of these men are really women. Secretly, they're women. They're going to yell louder than the women. A lot of these men.
Yeah.
But secretly, they're women. They're just women in drag.
Yeah, right now.
Go ahead.
Right now, you have like certain men. If they live in a house and there's a noise downstairs, you'll have the woman go down and check, because he's too afraid to go down there and check himself. He had the woman get up and go downstairs and check.
Or maybe you don't give a shit about the woman.
You know?
Maybe you found out a week earlier she was cheating on him. So he said, yeah, you go down and hey, because you women ain't shit. You women ain't shit. We find that out too. You women ain't shit. Right? Nothing but a bunch of whores.
You got that? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Shit, no, you
This is
going.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 25.
Setting their ass up.
Thy men shall fall by the sword,
See, thy men shall fall by the sword, go ahead.
That's right.
and thy mighty in the war.
Right, because there's going to be race wars out here. When Jade Helm and all these different paramilitary groups come out here, when hell breaks loose, they're not going to be playing around with you. They're
They're
going to
coming
be
for
killing
war.
you.
And you know, we're talking like this could be another couple of years. Hey, it could be in another 11 days, man. We don't know what's going to happen. And I'm going to keep my eyes on the news, all right, to see what's the 15th, man. From July 15th to September 15th. 2 months, man. Anything can happen.
Hey, brothers, Jade Helm is a declaration of war. All these military groups coming together to practice, that is a declaration of war. That's a standing army.
Yeah, they're war exercise.
Right.
You have a thing called war outside. If they're not in the midst of war, they do a thing called war games.
Right.
So Jade Helm 15 ain't number war games, war exercise. You do that to be prepared for the real war, man.
Yeah, right before 9/11, there was all kind of exercises.
Right.
All right. I think the very night before, the very morning, it was FBI drill. Was it FBI drill?
The AME church situation down south, there was a drill. The feds are already there, man.
Look at that.
Same thing with that power outage. I was in Jersey a couple years ago. That big ass power outage. What was it? Was it the Marines? The Marines just happened to be doing a drill for a major power outage. It just so happens on the same day.
There you go.
It's not a coincidence.
So it's high time for you niggas to wake up out of sleep. Forget about the women. You notice I didn't mention the women because forget about them. A woman is naturally a natural group. She just follows wherever the strength is, the power is.
I think they heard that.
And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground.
Her gates shall what?
Lament and mourn.
You know what that means? The gates are the city. If the city is lamenting and mourning, that means all kind of hell is going down in the city.
There's no order. There's no law. There's nothing. Yeah, because when all hell breaks loose, you're going to declare what? Anarchy. You know?
Right. Okay. Go on.
And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man.
Yeah, so now it makes sense. Now it makes sense why it's so you know what, from now on when we read this, Isaiah 4:1, we'll start to go to the 3rd chapter and really illustrate what that's saying. Right? Read that part again.
And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man.
Which 7 represents completion. Women are going to grab onto men. It's not like this in this society. In this society, women portray themselves as being above men, right?
You know where he going? You know what side he going?
We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel.
We eat our own bread, wear our own apparel. So with that, we'll be out here next week.
Spirit,
Lord willing.
just call it
And now we'll say shalom.
Satan.
Just to America.